You are listening to the Decision Reel.
Welcome to the Decision Reel, where we try and fail to review movies of today and yesterday. This week, we're looking at a very funny movie as picked by someone who just didn't want to show up to review it. So we're going to review it without him, even though it's his pick.
Oh, well.
That's fine.
It happens.
We're looking at the movie Get Him to the Greek.
We miss you.
Oh, my God. You fucking bitch. With Tara and Randall.
Hello.
And I guess me.
Welcome.
I'm here too, right?
Yeah, Steve's here.
I'm here. I'm always here. Is that the problem?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
This
Maybe,
what
maybe that's why Brent's
Stop showing up. Maybe
Maybe.
you'll show up more.
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah. Anyways, Get Him to the Greek. I like this movie. I was excited for it, and I watched it, and I'm still excited about it.
Good call.
Sorry, my mic's falling.
Jesus, Randy.
I didn't do it.
Jesus. Anyways, what Get Him to the Greek is all about, a record company intern is hired to accompany an out-of-control British rock star, Aldous Snow, to a concert at the LA's Greek Theater. I remember when I first heard the name of the movie going, what
does that mean?
Makes no
You know,
sense.
it didn't make sense to me until I watched it this next time. It was like last time that I watched it.
Ah, I got
Because
you.
he was playing at the Greek.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Again, it makes sense when you think about it,
Mhm.
but
Or when you actually pay attention.
or when you pay
Yeah.
attention to what a
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
is.
yeah.
But I just remembered when this was announced back in the day, because this is an old movie now, like sitting there going, Get Him to the Greek. What the fuck does that even mean?
What was it, 2010?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whole 12 years ago.
What were you doing in 2010, Randy?
Brandon
I was in 10th grade.
In 10th grade, he was trying to figure out chemistry.
What were you doing?
Geometry.
I never took chemistry.
Oh,
I was not
No,
smart enough for
chemistry
that.
wasn't one you had to take, was it?
was it? I thought I
No.
took it in ninth
Biology
grade.
was. You had to take biology. Instead of chemistry.
No, I
no,
took it in 10th
I
grade.
took chemistry.
I took
You
chemistry.
didn't have to. You chose to. So I chose to take astronomy and geology instead. I learned about the stars and shit.
So I just know
Ooh,
we
okay.
had to take
Yeah.
3 sciences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the typical ones you would do would be earth science, biology, chemistry. That's
Nope.
usually what everybody did.
Not I.
Not I. No, I remember I did biology 9th grade, then chemistry 10th grade, and then everything else was just a blur because high school.
Yeah.
I don't remember my 11th or 12th grade
Why?
years.
What were you doing?
No, I think it was I remember going to tech center.
What are you doing?
My parents listened to this. I did not do any drugs. My
Just the
parents
hard
were
ones.
the ones doing the drugs. No. No, I remember playing hockey a lot and going to tech center and having to leave school early a lot because of hockey.
Oh, yeah, because
And tech center,
And tech.
right? Well, I guess I didn't have to leave that early because where I went, tech center was right next door. You guys would have had to take a bus to
Yeah.
get to it, right?
Yes.
Because they're at a different school.
Yep.
Right. But we had a...
You went to Leonardtown?
I did, yes. Yeah, Leonardtown High School. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I remember, so if you had to leave for tech center, you would...
Nerd.
Shut up. You would take lunch.
Yeah.
And then stay in lunch for like an extra 20, 30 minutes. And then wait for the buses to come, and then you would go over to tech center. It was kind of weird and kind of cool because
that was cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
from where you were. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
you just
yeah.
got extra time.
not for everybody else. Well, I mean, I guess they got extra time too. They were getting on a bus. It wasn't like they're in class or anything.
When I was a senior, I didn't need to be there the second half of the day.
Mm-mm.
Like I was,
neither.
Right. But you didn't need
I
to be there.
didn't like. So
What the fuck did you stay there for? What were you doing?
She had other classes probably to get to at the end of the day.
I didn't.
No? Oh, then I don't know.
So here's what happened. My parents were like, no, we'd rather, instead of me doing like work, like where you'd
Release,
leave
yeah,
early,
yeah.
do work release, they were like, no, we'd rather you just stay in school. So I had all of the classes
Fuck
that I
them parents.
needed, like all the ones that were required
Yeah.
within the first like 4 or 5 periods. And then I had lunch, and then I was a teacher's aide, and then I was a guidance aide. So I didn't do anything the
nice.
second half of the day.
Yeah, see, I just left and didn't do anything.
No, I just hung. I just like walked around the
was
halls
nice.
and stuff. They couldn't say anything because I was an aide.
Right. Now it's
Yeah, fuck with me.
it's coming back to me now that you said aid. I remember in 10th grade, I ended up taking French because
Why not?
why not?
You had to take a language anyway.
I had to take a language, and why wouldn't it be French?
Right,
Anyways,
exactly.
long story short, I ended up having to bring like the vice principal, the principal, the what is it called? The school board superintendent in on a meeting with the teacher and my parents because I was being singled out, and she brought this giant stack of papers to say this is what Steve's been doing in class instead of working. And my dad literally went, "Where's the other files on all the other kids?" And she couldn't bring any papers up. So my dad's like, "Oh, well, you're singling out my kid."
Was she writing down what you were doing? Or?
Yeah.
No, why?
Why?
Because I was an asshole.
Did you prove her wrong a lot in class?
No, so the main problem was my
Teachers
brother.
don't like that.
No, they don't. But okay, all right, we're gonna get into it. This is now turned into a high school drama podcast instead of get him to the Greek real quick.
Next week,
So-
get him to the Greek.
Next week, exactly.
See us next week.
So what really happened was before I ever got into high school, my brother was taking French. He's 3 years older than me, so he was in 3 years before I was. We moved down here when I was in 7th grade. I started taking French in 8th grade, right? Yeah. So I started taking French because growing up in Canada, you would take French from grade 1 to whenever you were done. So I figured, I got this. I know French. Yeah, in the first week, we went over everything I did from grade 1 to grade 7. And then I went, oh, shit. So I wasn't very good as a student after that.
You weren't as great as you thought you were going to be.
I was good for those first weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I knew stuff, and then it was just gone. Anyways.
Interesting that it jumped, though.
Back
like
quickly.
That. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I get it being back home. Like if you're starting in grade 1, I mean, how much are you going to
retain?
Right, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, there are like toddlers that know Spanish.
Very true. I have family members back home where their parents are French and Spanish. So in their household, they speak 3 languages in one sentence.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that kid,
confusing.
those kids are gonna
Not
know
for them. Yeah, they're smart as
everything.
hell. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyways,
They say
so
you retain more information when you're little too, though.
Oh,
well, you
sure.
can. Well, your brains are being
It's a sponge.
It's a sponge.
So
yeah.
they say.
Yeah. Anyways, so my brother was in the French class before I was, and he was, how would I say, not doing too well either in being my brother. So I had a reputation coming in to high school from my brother. So the first week of French class I had, I come in, and the actual teacher who's there is out on maternity leave. So she was gone for like 6 months. So
Substitute.
a substitute for a French class was a little weird. So it was kind of just like a free-for-all in that class. And at the back of the class, I had these computer chairs set up with like real desks, not student desks. Of course, I'm going to sit in the nice comfy chair.
Why not?
It's free-for-all. That's where I'm sitting, right?
Yeah.
So for the first 6 months of class, we did nothing but me put my feet up on a computer chair doing my thing.
That's a long maternity leave.
Yeah.
It's a very long maternity leave.
It might have been 4 months, 6 months. I don't know. This
I mean,
is 20
in
years
other
ago.
countries, though, that's
That is
normal, and they're getting
right.
paid the whole time. But like here, that's a long maternity leave.
You're true. Yeah. Anyways,
That
so
was the weirdest way to say she was right.
you're true.
You're true.
Look, we do things here. We break
I
barriers.
am.
Yeah.
I am.
I'm trying to
You
remember
right.
things as I'm also talking and hosting.
Sorry,
Anyways,
I'll let you finish your story now.
so the first day she's back, I get to class and I go to sit in my normal computer chaired system, right? And there's a sign on the desk with tape over it, like it's laminated, that says,
Don't.
Steve Muscolzi cannot sit here. Not students can't sit here. My name,
So someone else could have technically if they wanted to.
technically. So you know what I did? I just put my
You
book
just-
down on top of it and sat down.
Can't see it. It's not there.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So that started off our
Out of
great,
sight, out of mind.
right? That started off our great relationship, me and this French teacher. And it ended up turning into me barely paying attention and doing the work, only because it was like I felt like I was being singled out, and 50% of the mark you had was participation points. But she has to call on you.
And so
How are you going to answer
Yeah.
a question if she's not calling on you, right? My hand would be up
What a
all
dirty
fucking.
whore.
Oh, dude, it was terrible.
yeah,
So
that sucks.
2 years. So that was the first year, which, okay, whatever, was fine. I got through it. I think I passed with like a 68. I don't even know. The
Passing's
second year, right. The second year, me and my friend's grade together did not equal a 10%.
Same teacher?
Same teacher, because it was the French. She was French for
They
everybody.
didn't have any other French teachers.
No.
That sucks.
And it was the same for Spanish, I believe. I think it was just one teacher.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. This was before like Leonardtown boomed though. So they ended up bringing trailers into Leonardtown the year after
That's
I
neat.
was
That's my Spanish classes were in trailers because actually my history class was too.
Okay.
Because
Where'd you go?
Just Thomas Stone, but like in just my class alone, like the 06 class, we had 600 students.
Oof.
And then you also had, the other 3 classes in the same high school. So, we were
That's a lot.
busting at the seams,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So our grade, I believe, was around 500 to 600, but the freshman group that came in after us was like 900.
Jesus.
So it jumped, and then the class after them was even more. So like Leonardtown just blew up. So
yeah, y'all should have had trailers before that.
we had trailers, I believe, my freshman year, but there wasn't a lot. And then my sophomore year, it was like, well, shit, we need a lot more, and they had a lot
And
more.
probably more teachers.
And more teachers too,
Because they
so-
can't put too many in one classroom.
Exactly. So, anyways, to finish off the story, so
Everyone can fast forward probably.
probably to the 15-minute
almost
mark
there.
if you want to
Yeah.
get. We're almost there.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
almost there. This is it's a good payoff. It's a good payoff. Trust me. So she starts singling me out even more and like writing all this stuff down about me, and like I started, report cards are coming home, and my parents are like, what the fuck is this? Like every other class I was doing decent, but this class, like a
I like how you
5%.
said decent. You didn't say good. You were like,
Decent,
I was
yeah.
passing them.
Yeah, and exactly. And I was doing, hockey, so I had to kind of keep my grades up to play and whatnot. And so I even told my dad, like, yo, this bitch is fucking singling me out. Like, I got to raise my hand. She doesn't call on me or this or that or whatever. So they ended up having a meeting with the superintendent, the vice principal, the principal, her, and my parents, and me. And we're all sitting in this thing, and she's just berating me the whole time about he doesn't do this, he does this, he acts out, everything's a joke and whatnot, which, okay, cool, whatever. I'm 10
You're a fucking kid.
Right, exactly.
That's what you do.
Right. So then she brings out the file on me that was like this thick, showing everything I've ever done in her class. And my dad literally just went, where's the other files on all the other kids? She couldn't bring it up. And the superintendent literally went, okay, we're done here. I won.
What did you win, though?
I won an all-expense paid tour. If I passed the midterm, I passed French.
So the rest didn't matter.
The rest
of the year.
didn't matter. And I would have taken
Eat
one
it.
more year after that, too.
Yeah, if you
So if I passed that class, let me tell you, I studied my ass off for that
I
test,
fucking
right?
bet you did.
She put
I
me
bet you.
right in front of her during the test, right? Everybody else is in their regular seats. Nope, you're right in front, okay? I took the entire period, however long it was, every fucking question I'd be going, this is a good question. Staring right at it. This one, ooh, yeah. Just every single minute. I got a 98% on that
I bet you
fucking
fucking
test.
did. I bet you
Mic
did.
drop.
You betcha.
And then I became a vice principal's aide for the rest of the year because this was, midterm, so half the year.
Oh.
And because of that, my junior and senior years, I was aides as well because I did such a good job aiding. But I went to the auxiliary gym and played basketball with all the other aides. But that leads me to where we were getting to about talking about not doing anything in school. My senior year was literally, I would go to the tech center for 3 periods, and then I would have, went to school, I had one thing, then I had nothing for 3 periods, then I had to go to tech center to end the day, so I couldn't leave because I had to do tech center at the end of the day.
So what did you do?
Nothing. I literally would just help out some of the vice principals or go in the auxiliary gym or take a nap or walk around school, what was there, I don't know.
It was like over 2 hours of doing nothing.
It was great.
You know what they
Sounds like
don't?
it.
You know what they don't teach in high school?
How to balance a checkbook.
Greek.
Actually,
What a good segue. But
right before I read it.
oh God. Getting back trying. I don't know how that was the wildest reel we were off. Anyways, get him to the Greek.
And right off
The cliff.
right out the gate.
Yeah.
Wasted no time. And you said 15 minutes, so
And you
good.
did it to yourself.
Look at
this
that.
time.
Look
I
at
know,
that.
actually.
I did.
Did
But
it
you know
yourself
what?
this time.
Shut up.
I did. But I feel good about it.
And now back to the movie.
Back
the
to our
regularly.
Scheduled
programming.
Oh
programming.
my God.
You're turning into me over there with those
okay.
twisters.
Regu-
We are sponsored by Twisted Tea today. The original raspberry and peach and half flavor.
Look at my can.
We got all the whatever. Green's not a good color because it
This is
doesn't show
yellow.
up.
These are yellow.
Yeah, but it's reflecting the
Yellow
green
and
light.
green.
Yeah.
No.
whatever. Anyways, the movie we are trying to talk about today, Get Him to the Greek, where you can watch this currently. If you have a subscription to Peacock, the cock, you can watch it there. To rent, only on YouTube, Vudu, and Apple TV.
It's on Amazon.
It wasn't when I looked.
I did.
You didn't look hard enough.
That's where I watched it.
Really?
Yep.
I take it back. It's on Amazon.
It's $3.99.
Yep.
I own it on DVD, and I have Peacock, so
You
I
got the
watched it on
cack.
Peacock. I got the cack.
You got the cack.
Yeah, that's where I
Yeah.
watched it. On the cack.
Yeah.
It's written and directed by Nicholas Stoller. He also wrote Fun with Dick and Jane, Yes Man, The Muppets, 5-Year Engagement, Sex Tapes, and the Captain Underpants movie.
I saw that.
He's also directed Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Neighbors, and Neighbors 2.
I'm going to get off the rails real quick. You said something about Nicholas. I saw something about Keanu Reeves doing Ghost Rider. Is that fake or real?
It's fake.
Fuck.
Would be
Why
cool.
would
Alright,
they
keep
bring
going.
that back?
Bring what? Ghost Rider back?
Yeah.
Nick Cage sucked.
Because
But of all the movies out there to do again, I'm not sure.
so they're not
That
going to
needs to
put
be
they're not
one
going
of
to make a movie. So basically, if you want to break it down, Fox owned the rights to a certain MCU things. Now that Disney has purchased Fox, they now have control over everything that Marvel had before or didn't have before. So now they can say, okay, well, the Ghost Rider movie wasn't actually part of the main MCU story
So
we're
now
doing
we
now.
could.
So now we can bring X-Men in. We can bring in
Yeah.
all this good shit. Fantastic Four, which they kind of did. Spoilers with
And X-Men.
Doctor
A
Strange.
little bit, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And X-Men, yeah. And then if you've watched recently Miss Marvel, the last scene of that
I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah.
clues into X-Men.
Oh, yeah, with
No, not with with the...
no.
What are you thinking of?
I'm thinking of the Aisha?
No. So the guy...
Which one?
Fired.
You're fired. So her friend,
Eh.
Miss Marvel's friend, comes up to her and says at the end, hey, I was doing some more digging into your genealogy or DNA or whatnot, and there's something different about you than your family. It's like a mutation. And then they play in the background a little bit of the X-Men 97 theme.
Oh,
Cut to credits.
I never finished the last episode.
Oh, well, then
I
that's
don't
why you don't
understand
know.
it. Yep. Okay.
Oh, it was so good.
I was going off of what's his face, the old lady's son.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
ca-
talking about? He got
I
his
know what his
powers.
name, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what his name is.
I know it because I had a customer the other day I was talking to who was his same name, and then I told my wife that, and she was like, what was his name? I was like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, but I remember his powers. Anyways,
Right.
back on the reels we go.
Yes. So one thing I wanted to say is, what is there a common denominator of the movies that I said that you already forgot that this guy has wrote and directed? There's somebody in like all of them, and he's in How I Met Your Mother.
Well, Jason Segel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you look at these movies, we also got The Muppets, 5-Year Engagement, Sex Tape, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and this movie. Well, Jason Segel's not in it, but it's a
He helped.
Right, and
like,
it's
make it. Yeah.
it's a continuation of that story, kind of, if you want to really break it down. But
Well, there's
not.
even a Sarah Marshall cameo in it.
There's actually 2.
That was the only reason I tied them together. After you told me, I had no idea it was like a thing.
I mean, his name is the same and
He's
I
the same
know.
it's
character.
the same exact
And after I saw it, I
character.
realized I might not
I
have
think I
seen
had sex
Forgetting
with
Sarah
her.
Marshall.
Wait, what?
I feel like I haven't seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Well, you
God.
need to see it. It's a great movie,
Yeah.
That's really bad.
I know.
especially if you've seen this movie.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to make a difference.
No, there's only like 1 or 2 things you'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
But-
I just feel like I haven't seen it. I might have,
Well, you
but I
should-
don't remember any of it.
You should make sure, and you should.
There's a
Watch
puppet play at the end.
Nope.
Okay, that's like the
I
biggest.
love the puppet play.
Yeah.
One of my
And-
favorite parts of that movie is when they're in the bar and she's making him
Yeah.
get up and sing. I will yell that at other people's shows, and I start to recognize that other people don't really remember that part of the movie.
I do.
But I'll be at people's shows and I'll be like, Dracula musical. And people will look at me and be like,
I you know what? There's something endearing about that scene because it feels real. You know what I mean? Like Mila Kunis, is she the best actress in the world? No, but in that moment,
she's good enough though. I mean, she's not.
yeah. I'm just saying that in that moment, that felt real. Like she was really like trying to
Pushing
get
him,
him up
yeah.
there, and like she was all about it. I don't know. That movie just feels realer than
Didn't
it
he
kind of
help
is. You know?
write music for
Probably for the Muppets.
both
I know
of
that.
them?
Maybe.
I mean, I meant Sarah Marshall and that one and this one.
Probably.
A little bit,
let's
maybe.
be the Dracula musical was probably all him. Like,
Well,
there's no way
yeah.
you don't sing that furiously on the piano if it's
And
not
if
all
I
about.
see Van Helsing,
Exactly. See, he doesn't need
I
to
have
know.
to
swear to
watch
the
this.
Lord,
You
I'll
really
slay
do.
him.
Damn.
It's funny. The movie's long, but it doesn't make you like. Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's not
finish,
like, okay,
right.
let's go.
Right. Not this movie. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
I feel like there's 3 distinct acts in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and each of them are like an hour long.
Yeah, it does
Well, maybe
feel
the-
like.
the
I mean,
fir-
there
yeah.
are like little bits here, like flashbacks and stuff like that, but
Right. The first
You
part
need
of
to
it
watch
is
it.
good. Yeah, you definitely need to
that's
watch
the
it,
bottom
yeah.
line.
Yeah.
Watch
Get-
the
I
damn
realized
thing.
that after
Yeah.
finishing this movie.
And it's gonna. It's not gonna change this movie for you.
No, it won't.
Besides, maybe Aldis's character is the complete opposite, but it's on purpose.
But Jonah Hill is in Freaking Sarah Marshall, but he doesn't play. It's not this. He's not the same person.
Right. He's just an actor playing in a different movie as a different character.
But Aldous Snow
So,
is
Just Jonah Hill in another
Aldous
movie.
Snow.
What?
Just Jonah Hill in another movie.
Yeah,
He's
Basically
in.
what you're saying.
Right. Right.
he's in Freaking Sarah Marshall. He's just not playing the same person
Yeah.
as he is in this movie.
Right. Which.
Yeah, Forgetting Sarah Marshall was Aldous Snow sober.
Right. And this
too.
is him.
And this is him
not
after.
sober, yeah. And it's funny. I remember again going back to when we talked about hearing about this movie. I was like, oh, so he was in a band in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and he like gave him a CD. Maybe he's in a CD label, and maybe that's. And then they
no,
didn't.
not-
No,
no,
nothing
not
at all.
connected.
Yeah. Again, you got to watch it,
Yeah.
Mr. Randall. Yeah.
I will.
Okay.
Sure.
Get Him to the Greek is starring Jonah Hill as Aaron Green, Russell Brand as Aldous Snow, Puff Daddy or P Diddy or whatever the hell he's
Sean
going by.
Combs.
Sean Combs is Sergio, Elizabeth Moss as Daphne. Daphne.
Daphne?
Yeah. Psh, wrote it down wrong. Rose Byrne is Jackie Q.
What did you write it down as?
I spelt it wrong.
Oh.
I'm trying to do this super
How?
quick and furiously
How'd you spell
mad.
It's
What?
that. It's
How'd you
that
spell it?
half-assed
D-
education that he just.
Exactly.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's because it's in French, obviously. DAPHINEY. And I don't know how.
Define.
You're right. I don't know how I did
Defining.
it. I think it might have been
Define.
accidentally pressing keys. Whatever. We have bit parts from Nick Kroll and Z Ansari, Ellie Kemper, Mario Lopez, Lars Ulrich, Pink, and Christina Aguilera, amongst some others.
Jake Johnson.
Christina
Can't
Aguilera.
forget him.
She's in like the beginning part when they're like going through like the
Things
story
that
of
Aldous
him.
has done.
Why do I not remember that? I just watched
It's
it today.
literally
it
like
was like TMZ kind of
Flashed,
thing.
yeah.
Oh.
But Pink definitely is in
I
there.
remember the
Yeah,
Pink
easy,
part.
because
Yeah.
she's like hanging on him and
Yeah,
stuff.
and she kiss. They kiss.
Oh yeah, yes they do. Yeah, I think the one of
I love both of them, Pink and Christina. So I'm surprised I didn't.
maybe you blinked or looked
Like
down or
notice.
something. Whatever. It's rated R for strong sexual content and drug use throughout and pervasive language.
Boobies.
Is there boobies in there?
There's no
There is
boobies
if you
in
watch
it.
the unrated one.
Where
I
was-
did watch the unrated one.
Where was her
It
titties?
was 100% in the fucking strip club.
Oh, maybe I wasn't watching this.
Do you not remember the strip club scene?
Like, I mean, I
Like
do.
other with-
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, but it's not
Yeah.
like it's not in your face.
That's
it's just
what-
like in the
that's what I meant.
background.
It's
Yeah.
Okay, whatever, Randall.
You're sitting in the spot, so you
I
would,
know.
you would know.
It works
yeah,
out.
exactly. Runtime on this guy,
We were
109
just talking
minutes.
about strip clubs. Sorry. 100 how much?
109 minutes.
Hmm.
Who's talking about strip
Oh.
clubs?
We were
Oh,
talking about strippers.
oh,
We were talking about.
what?
There wasn't
She
anything
had a lot
more
of
to that.
wands.
There really
Yeah,
wasn't
that
anything
was
more
it.
to that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I was talking about. I was talking about when I have a bunch of tip money for my band shows. How sometimes it's like
I feel like
People
a
think
stripper.
she's a stripper.
heavy on the ones, and I said,
Yeah.
I said one day, I was like, man, I feel like people think I'm a stripper,
And then
and
her
my
sister
and
put
my
her down
sister was
real
like,
quick.
or probably a waitress, and I was like, why I can't be a stripper,
Right. Fuck you, sister.
And
do
she
what I
was like,
want.
no, just a waitress that would be like would be more common.
Would it though in this day and age?
Around here, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, 109 minutes runtime. It's not.
It's not long.
It's not long, but it's not.
That's
it
like
doesn't.
an hour and 40 something. If
Yeah,
you
it
take
doesn't-
out the ending credits and everything.
Right. It doesn't feel long either. It does what
Well,
it
no,
needs to
because it's
do.
like
it's
nonstop the
Yeah.
whole time too.
I mean, it starts with thrusting you into this. You know what I mean? With the whole not E or whatever it is, but or is it fake or is
Whatever
it
it
Entertainment
is,
Tonight or
yeah.
some shit?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a great way to start the movie because it encapsulates the character and tells you everything you need to know and just
I'm telling you, the opening sequence of this movie really sets the pace of how ridiculous this movie is going to be.
oh yeah.
Like right off the bat, it's like
Well, and honestly,
Get
it kind of
ready.
it kind of like
This
sets the
is-
bar a little too high, really, because yeah, some crazy shit happens, but at the same time, does a lot of crazy shit happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's good, but it
Yes,
could be
yes, it
crazier.
I think there's a lot of crazy
I
stuff
think there's
going
a
on
lot
the
of crazy
entire
stuff.
time.
I think
I
the
guess,
fact that you think that there could be more says more about
Me?
you.
Oh, maybe I've seen some crazy movies, and I thought this
Or
would
maybe
be
you've
a
done
little,
some crazy shit.
maybe you never know.
What were you doing in high school?
I don't remember. Apparently, that's how crazy it was. And then by crazy, I mean probably just watching TV and all these movies when they came out.
Mm-hmm.
We
On the
weren't
couch.
in high school once. Maybe.
Probably on these couches too,
What were you doing? Never mind.
watching the
We don't wanna
movies
know.
on these couches.
Keep
Yeah. Keep 'em.
Keep them.
This was released on June 4th, 2010. So yeah, you're right. We were not in high school. Randall though, he was a
Were you yet?
sophomore. He said that's what started
You're
my
a
story at
sophomore.
the beginning.
I'm kidding.
Starting off the month strong.
Being super young.
Second.
What?
Second show of the month. Because
Actually, when you saw this movie, you were probably on summer break,
Yeah, June 4th. Yeah, you would have been.
and that's
In
but
between.
that's he
Yeah.
obviously didn't see it the day it came out.
No, definitely not. I know
No.
this guy. He's probably like, I knew this movie like existed a year ago.
I think I watched it on DVD.
Okay.
On DVD.
DVD.
It was
Yeah.
filmed from April 27th, 2009 through May 12th, 2009 in England, New York, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles.
That seems so quick to film a movie. And
Especially
because they were in multiple locations.
What really happens though?
Yeah, it's just like nonsense.
There's not a lot that goes on. Yeah, they go from place to place, but there's nothing like
No substance.
crazy. Yeah. So it could
Yo, the
and
view
easy.
from
his hotel room, his house.
in England,
Yes.
shit was nice.
Yeah.
I want to
Right.
go.
When he shows up, it's Aaron Green from the label,
Yeah.
I like how he introduces him. I'm Aldous Snow, the rock star.
the rock star. Yeah. I do. It's funny that scene.
What are you doing in my place?
Isn't that for another 3 weeks?
2 months.
Or
2
months,
months.
or whatever.
He was way off.
Well, you know what's funny is that scene is very real because let's be real, famous people do not live in the same universe that people live in.
No,
right?
but also like all of them agreeing with him too.
That's what I was getting at is no one's gonna not agree with him because he's
I would.
but he's the rock star, so he wants to be surrounded by yes people.
And he's gonna
His
throw
mom's
it.
not gonna say no to him or tell him he's wrong.
That's the one person that should.
Should, but
No.
obviously his parents aren't very good.
But they also know him, and he'd probably throw a temper tantrum.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or fire him.
That's what I'm saying.
Something.
So you're
I love
looking
how
at
then he's like, I don't know. I
yeah.
don't know why we changed it.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's got to happen like all the fucking time in showbiz. You know what I mean? Like you go to Ozzy and hey, we're playing in 5 minutes. No, we're not. We're playing tomorrow. Yeah, we're playing tomorrow, but they moved it.
Sorry.
Yeah, you
We gotta go.
Right. So it's just the way it is, right?
Yeah.
Famous people.
I wouldn't know.
No, we wouldn't. There's one host that knows, but we're not going to talk about that. Budget time. What do we think it cost to make
Hold on. Now
What?
now I'm curious.
divas?
Divas?
People who
Oh.
just show up when they feel like.
So not me.
Yeah, not you. No.
I'll call it out.
Yeah, call them out.
He's gonna
Okay.
fight me.
Yeah, you pick a
Let's
movie.
not
and then
let
you
the
don't show up.
assumption be that just because I'm the female that the diva word meant me.
Oh, no,
'Cause
it
it wasn't
meant-
me.
it
At
was-
first, though, and then I realized. Yeah.
You would know if you were in a band with me that it wasn't about me.
Stop. Stop bringing that up.
Well,
I'm getting sick and tired of you.
getting spicy on here. Budget time. What do we think it costs to Get Him to the Greek in 2009?
Let's see, Brent. What do you? Oh,
No,
shit.
wait. Oh, thanks. Making it feel better. Fucking
Put Gunner on the mic.
121.
right. $121 million.
That seems a bit much.
To
no,
make this
you
movie?
do you.
No, that
whatever
seems
you
a bit
think.
much.
Okay, rein it back a little
Fuck.
bit.
91.
91. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 60s.
60s.
Yeah.
It cost $40 million to Get Him to the Greek.
At least I came back down.
Again, think about it. What's the biggest expense in this movie? Probably.
Like salaries and travel.
Probably. Like, okay, look at some of the set pieces you
Maybe
have,
like the concert parts.
which we'll get to in the fun facts of why that probably didn't cost that much.
Fun facts, what the fuck?
But like, look at the American or Good Morning America set, right? They didn't have to pay for that. That's already there
Yeah.
all the time. So
Yeah.
they just literally showed up and just used it. They probably had the license,
Well, all those
maybe.
places
or-
probably.
Right.
Like,
So
like they had to build sets.
Right. There's barely anything here besides who's in it, production with, getting places, filming equipment, feeding people. 40
All
million.
the drugs they
All the
needed.
drugs, apparently, yeah. What do we think it costs? Or, sorry, what do we think it made in the box office?
I am not going first this time.
Okay. Tara, what do you think it made overall box office?
I'm going to piggyback off you. It better be good. 121.
I'm gonna let her go first, but no,
you
here it
should
is.
you should just ride that one out.
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
gonna be
say, I would say more than that, but I'd say like 175.
175. You're going with 120. You're sticking with 121.
121.
All right. Opening weekend, it made 17.5 million. Not too bad. I figured, all right, that's a good
I'm just
opening
waiting-
weekend
I'm just waiting
for a comedy movie at
I
this
don't even
time.
care about that. I'm waiting for the
The overall box office, 91.7.
what?
It's still a lot. Think about it.
Still, I don't-
Damn.
I mean, is Russell
Well, I'm
Brand
trying to
like
think-
pick 91
okay.
this time.
But
Fuck
I
me.
was just on here and we talked about a movie that made over 200 million. So like
Yeah.
I was comparing in my mind.
Well, you got to bring it back to who's in this movie, what's it's about.
Yeah, but
the
at
fucking,
at that time, those were big people.
yeah, I would say so.
He was in quite a few things. Jonah was definitely in a lot of
Yeah.
things.
I still feel like this movie was. People were confused by it. I was confused by it, and I feel like I know most of the time what's going on around me. But that confused me. I went and saw it. Don't roll your eyes. I'm talking movie wise here. So I was confused. I went and saw it, and it was a completely different movie than I thought it was showing from the trailer. It was still good.
What did you
but-
think it was going to be?
I think he thought it was going to be more
Forgetting Sarah Marshall last?
Right. I thought it would be more
More
connected to that.
connected.
Yeah, exactly. And it showed that in the trailers. Like, it showed it being more towards the same kind of style and feel of that movie.
It's no bullshit,
Right,
bullshit,
exactly.
bullshit. You
So,
wouldn't know. You haven't seen it.
I know. You need to.
I will. I got that in Star Wars to watch, so I'll never
That doesn't
watch
make
it.
you a person of the world. That makes you full of shit.
No, these are all my sins. Yeah. Anyways, box office that week, the top 10.
Top 10.
Sam.
Number 10, Letters to Juliet. I don't even know what that is.
Nope.
Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Who's in it?
Amanda Seyfried
That's why I don't know.
Who?
Wide-Eyed Girl from Ted 2.
or Mean Girls,
No.
which we talked about on here.
What's her thing when she feels her boobs? It's going to rain or something?
60% chance it's already
There you
raining.
go.
Yeah, it's about, so there's a wall in like,
China.
I don't know. No, in Italy
The Great
somewhere.
Wall?
There's a
Yeah,
wall,
the
and
Great
like
Wall.
people would write letters to Juliet, like about their long lost loves or whatever, and you'd put it like in the walls, like in the bricks or
So
whatever.
kind of like the lock.
and there
bridge?
was a kind of, and then there was
I
a
like
group.
the
There was a
lock
group of
bridge.
women who, at the end of each day, it was like 4 women. They would take it upon themselves at the end of each day to go and collect them all, and they would actually write back to people.
Aw,
Like they were the
super sweet.
something Juliet, something of Juliet or whatever. So
Letters to Juliet.
she was a writer and she was actually there on vacation. But she stumbled upon this and stumbled upon the group, and she was like, this would be a great story. And she found a letter stuck like in a brick, like the brick fell out and it was like in there. And it was from like, now this woman is like 80, but she had wrote it when she was
Younger.
like 20.
Okay.
And so she was like, I have to write back. I mean, this woman. And so then she shows up in Italy, like the woman
The
and her
woman
grandson show up because the
got money,
grandson is
apparently.
like, well, they were like from London.
Oh.
She was from London.
You sound like you're from London.
And they show up,
Oh, you
and the-
wouldn't know what that's about because
No,
it's
you
from
wouldn't.
Forgetting Sarah
Yeah.
Marshall.
and this grandson is like, I just came because this seems like a fool's errand. Like, but because she got the letter, she was like, I now want to find him.
Gotcha.
Like to want to know what happened because he never got, they never reconnected. So they just went on living.
I'm trying to think if I remember
Separate
this movie,
lives.
and I definitely have never heard
You
of it.
fucking lost me, dude.
But that's what, so she, but Amanda Seyfried, so they let her write a story about them trying to find, and she goes and tries to help them find him.
Sounds like a movie
Sure.
I don't want to watch.
It's definitely
Sure.
a chick flick.
Yeah, sure.
100%, but it's cute.
Another reason why I was confused by this movie, and it's something that came up as I just said the line to Randall. I was expecting Paul Rudd to be in this movie somewhere.
Why? I mean, that would be
just like a little cameo because, I mean, let's be real, and forgetting Sarah Marshall, he's in it, but not
blurry.
very, you know what I mean? He's not in it very long, but enough to be a character.
I'm blurry.
You're not blurry? Oh, you are blurry. It's because you're moving stuff. What are you doing?
Stop moving shit.
Stop moving.
I didn't.
There you go. Fixed.
Gotcha. I'm here for you.
I'm here. Anyways, I
Couldn't
feel
find
like
Randall couldn't find me.
Paul Rudd needed to like show up for like 5 minutes in this movie, and I felt like it was going to happen, but he just never did.
I mean, I would have loved that.
Right. It's Kunu. Shit, he didn't
But
even need to
that
be
wouldn't
Kunu.
make sense. Yeah, him playing the same thing wouldn't make sense. But
Unless they randomly went on tour to Hawaii and
he
like,
was probably
"Kunu."
doing
Yeah, probably
a lot of
I
other
Love You
stuff
Man
at
or
that
something
point,
with
yeah.
Jason Segel because
which is
that probably
why
came
Jason
out.
Segel wasn't in it.
Is it
Probably.
Siegel or Seagal?
No, it's Siegel.
Whatever you want it to be, man.
No,
I'm
it's
going with
not.
Seagal.
It's Siegel.
Have you talked to him?
Jason
you
Segel.
ask
That's how
him?
they say it on everything, like
Who's-
interviews.
who was
Well, yeah,
that?
because it's SEIGAL,
Siegel? What is it?
right?
It's not
SEI?
Seagal. It's
Seagal.
there's Steven Seagal.
Right. That could be Segel. You never know.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My
It'd be
bad.
funny if we were
No, yeah, it's
we were
different.
saying their names completely different and they're swapped. It's
Like,
Steven
he-
Seagal.
He comes out and he's like, "You guys have been saying it wrong this whole time."
You guys fucking suck. Number
nine.
9. Oh, look at that. Good. Robin Hood.
Which one?
I don't know. I wanted to look it up, but I was like, I don't fucking feel like it.
It has
cartoon
to
one?
be. No, it has to be the
Not the one with Jamie Foxx that came out like 2 years ago.
the one with
That was good.
Oh my God.
Nah.
No, not
The one that wasn't good.
Russell Crowe.
Oh, yeah, it was probably that one, which was terrible.
That was him, right?
Yeah, and it was Ridley Scott, I believe, directed it.
yeah, it had to have been that one because there wasn't any other ones that would have.
Probably not. Number 8. Almost said 9 again. Splice. That movie is fucked up. If anybody's ever seen that,
I
it's
feel
got
like I have.
I'm not gonna say anything. About
what?
it. Nothing.
What? Say it.
Nothing.
Where's my
Just say it.
No, I will not.
What?
Tara. I've seen the movie. That's all I need to say.
You would have fucked that alien too? Is that what you're gonna say?
Tara.
Is it an alien? I don't remember. It's not an alien, right?
It's something they
genetically
created.
created something,
Yes.
and then them
And
together.
I don't want to
fuck it.
talk about it
I don't want to talk about it. Done.
anymore. But
Who
yes,
else is
those
in it?
were-
It's Orlando
those-
Bloom, right?
Those
no,
were
it's not
some
Orlando
sensual
Bloom.
scenes,
It's
No,
is
it's
all I'm
Adrian
gonna
Brody.
say.
Adrian Brody, and
Delphin something?
I think that was probably the alien girl.
Probably. Sarah Polly?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sarah Polly. She was in the Dawn of the Dead remake, which is amazing.
I've never seen this one.
Dude, it's fucked up. Basically,
It is really.
they're two like scientists,
They're a couple.
and they're a couple, and they like create this thing that ends up like it
Creature.
starts off looking like a dog almost,
but it's
like
spliced because they spliced things together to like
to make it.
DNA together
Yeah.
to make this thing.
Think of Jurassic Park, but on a smaller scale. They're splicing DNA,
And it looks more like a Pokemon than
at first.
a
At
Jurassic
first, I
Park
think they
dinosaur.
splice like human DNA with something else and
Some
all
other
this stuff. Anyways, this thing ends up like growing from looking like a Pokemon to a somewhat human form.
But it still has
with
like
a
a
tail.
tail.
Still got a
I saw
tail
a
and all this
picture of
stuff,
that.
right?
and weird legs, but
And it's like male and female,
it's what's it called?
asexual, I guess.
Asexual?
And both of them end up fucking it at different times, and then they end up trying to like love it by themselves without telling each other, and then it ends up killing both of them and like fucking
No,
shit up.
no.
I thought that's what happened. No,
It
one of them died.
impregnates her.
That's right. Oh shit.
It impregnates her.
So the guy
the
dies,
wife?
but
Yeah, that's
she
right. That's
survives,
right.
and the creature dies. They kill it.
That's right.
But they show her later talking to like the lady that was like in charge of the
operation.
operation, and she's like, "So you're okay with continuing?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then she stands up and she's
Pregnant. That's right. That's right. Oh, dude. The movie's
so like they're gonna
fucked up.
continue like once she gives birth, they're gonna continue to like
the program.
study it.
the,
yeah.
the baby or the
The baby,
No, the baby.
because the thing died. They killed it.
Oh, did they?
Dude, the movie's fucking wild.
I'm
It's
good.
worth watching. It's not an amazing movie.
It's gonna make your skin crawl a little.
Exactly. It's so uncomfortable when they're fucking it. Because, well, I mean, they do it on purpose, right? To make it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it's not, what was it like? He ends up like kind of raping it, and then it rapes her, kind of.
No,
I
it
feel
definitely no.
I feel like there was a rape scene in it.
Oh no! Well, yes, in the woods, at the end, it tries again with her, or
Maybe
it does
that's what it
with
was.
her.
It's been
I
a
don't
while
think,
since I seen it.
No. I don't think it ever lovingly hooks up with her. It only
No.
lovingly hooks up with the guy, and then later, it like full on. That's how she got pregnant. It like rapes her in the woods as they're trying to hunt it down.
Right.
It finds her first and like attacks her in the woods. But
right.
no, when he
Just
never
go for it.
mind.
Just do it.
I don't want
Just
to.
do it.
It feels really weird
I
to
mean,
be
just
into
Go to
it.
number 7.
It
we're
literally
doing it.
like
We're doing
it wraps its like leg around him and like pulls him in. They're like it's like this whole
Yeah, it's a little weird.
weird.
Yeah. Look, she's like, I'm gonna go
What's
home and
that?
watch
I
this
don't
movie.
like
She's
that
gonna go home and
face
watch the
at
movie
all.
again.
It was hot.
Number 7. Iron
I'm
Man.
not gonna lie. If you ignore the fact that it was like
a weird
like
fucking
a creature,
I get what
people
you're
are
saying.
gonna judge me for this, and I'm just saying like
No. I get what you're saying. It's
people watch anime
not-
porn. Okay, so like
Rule
let's
34,
not.
you're right. No, you're trying to
Judge
it was
me.
it was somebody being dominant.
Yes,
Right? So
yes,
that's
like,
what you're
like
getting,
pushing
yeah.
someone up against a wall or
Right.
like
Gotcha.
that's.
But it
Just
was
in the
its
woods with
But
the
it was,
tail and
tail.
but
weird
yes, it
legs.
was
Gotcha.
weird because it wasn't
with an asexual creature that they
creature.
created.
Exactly.
Cool.
not
Yeah.
the rape.
Got
The,
it.
the
No.
rape scene.
I
Wasn't
understand,
hot.
Tara.
This-
Everything is good.
Watch that movie, dude. It's fucking wild. It was
and then report back. I bet you feel the same way.
I bet you'd be like, oh.
Ooh.
I'm-
Hold on.
I'm-
Rewind.
I am
The thing
confused.
is like tall, the thing's like as tall as you, so it.
Well, and it's weird because it
You'll
doesn't
relate.
carry itself like that because it's got weird legs and it will stand up. I remember a couple scenes about it.
its legs bend the other way, like
Think
its
of like
knee
a-
goes the other way.
Think of like a velociraptor.
So if it were to fully straighten it out,
Right.
it's like tall as shit. But
Mhm,
it doesn't. It like
Wild movie, worth watching. Yeah, exactly. Number 7, Iron Man 2. Maybe we'll get
Never
to Iron
heard of
Man
it. Who
2.
knows?
Maybe Randy is going to continue his Marvel-esque.
Yeah, I'm going back to it.
All right, because it's your pick this week, so
Yeah.
we'll see where you get.
There we
But
go.
I want to defend Iron Man 2 real quick. A lot of people hate that movie.
I didn't hate it.
I like Iron Man 2. I like Mickey Rourke in the role of whatever the fuck his name is.
To be honest,
Whiplash.
I'm not a big fan of
Oh,
his.
yeah.
Like personally,
But I like him in the movie.
but I think it was fine for the movie.
And I also loved Hammer Industries or whatever. Or was it Hammer? Yeah. Yeah, I love that whole extra thing of him trying to like outdo Tony Stark and make his own robots. And then they show like the videos of it like breaking and killing a dude almost or breaking his back and shit.
Yeah.
I really like those movies. And
You're not going to beat the first one.
No, you're
you
not.
Rarely
You're not.
are in any movies that have multiple
Except Shrek.
sequels.
Hold on. So what's funny is 2 things. Number 1, Shrek, you're gonna be in a second. Number 2, not Shrek 2. 2, I want to start doing maybe possibly extra real episodes about
Shrek.
second movies
sorry.
that
Oh,
are
like
better than the
just
first.
Oh.
Just sequels. Look at that. That's what we could call it. Just
Oh.
sequels. Right? But doing it where, okay, which one's better than the original or what is worse than the original? Like you can take Jaws and Jaws
Like just
2. or-
comparing them.
Right, exactly. Or Terminator.
So it doesn't
Terminator 2.
necessarily have to be better, but like you're comparing
Exactly. To
What's the
find
one you
out.
keep
to
asking me
see
about?
if it's.
You've asked me like 3 times now which one's better. This one or this one? I say the second one. You're like, fuck yeah.
God damn
I
it.
know.
Oh, Ace Ventura.
Yep.
Yeah. Ace Ventura 2 is better than Ace Ventura 1.
There we go.
Look.
I don't remember which one's which.
When Nature Calls is number 2, when he goes to Africa.
The Africa one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bumblebee
that one's
tuna?
better.
Yep.
Thank
That one's
you.
better.
Way better.
That one's better than the dolphin one.
Yeah. Even though Ace Ventura 1 is great, it's a
It's not-
completely
but it's not
different
the
movie.
same. You can't have him coming out of a rhino's asshole
Kind
and
of hot knees.
not have it be better than.
Exactly.
The finger poke when he's just like doing whatever and then punks back in and it like.
And then the whole like,
Right.
arm.
Hey, look, it's giving birth. No, Gunner. I
Yes,
wasn't
it
talking
is.
about you.
I wish they could have
Dogs.
seen that on there.
Damn
It just like
dogs.
pops out. Who is?
Number 6, Marmaduke.
With the dog.
Yeah.
With the dog.
With the
Get
dog.
it? With the dog.
With the
Look,
dog.
there's a dog.
What'd that dog do?
Oh,
That wasn't that great.
What did
It's
dog
not.
do?
But it was a family
What,
movie,
Gunner?
so family movies are usually like
yeah, they're always going to
make
pull.
it up there.
Right. The movie's going to be terrible, but it's for everybody. and
Who
people
was
to
his
see.
voice? Owen Wilson?
Probably. Wow.
Or was Owen Wilson in the movie?
No, Owen Wilson was the one where the dog died.
Well, Marley and Me, but I'm
Marley
saying
and
the
Me, yeah.
voice of.
Oh.
Rest in peace.
Did the dog say, wow? Why, I got a better in it. Wow. No.
I don't remember who the voice of the dog was.
Wow.
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 I could be wrong. I don't know why I thought it was. him.
Ka-chow. No.
Google
I
it.
used to have it. Ka-chow.
What?
Who the
Ka-chow.
voice of Marmaduke?
Wow.
Wow.
Number 5. A little hot there. Number 5, Sex in the City 2. I haven't seen a Sex in the City show, movie,
No, neither have
anything. I'm not going to.
I rewatched
no, I'm
the
good.
show during the pandemic.
It's
Like,
probably not as good as it.
no, I actually thought it held up more because I'm older now than when it came out.
Okay,
You
you're
know what I mean?
understanding certain
Understanding,
themes.
yes. more.
Twisted teas.
And I didn't.
gotta pee so bad.
I liked the movies too. I thought the movies
Are they
were-
actual good movies, or are you just liking them because it's Sex in the City? And you're
No,
watching
I mean
the
they're
show?
good. They're,
Before I took my potty break, Pete Davidson was Marmaduke.
no, it wasn't.
100%
What?
was Marmaduke. It was Pete Davidson.
No, it
there's
was
no-
not.
there's no fucking way. I
Not
just
back
looked it
then.
up.
There's no way.
I
How
just
he was
looked it up.
nobody.
Are you
okay.
sure that you like looked at the right
I typed
thing?
in Marmaduke and it said fucking Pete Davidson Marmaduke.
Okay, don't trust him. Look it up again.
I'm thinking
Unless they're coming out with a new
they're coming
one?
out with a new one.
Are
Owen
they?
Wilson was Marmaduke in 2010. Marmaduke in 2022
Davidson's gonna be
is
Marmaduke?
yeah, and it's an animated movie.
I mean, I love Marmaduke, but I mean, I love
And-
Pete Davidson.
Wait,
sorry.
no, that movie already came out, and
What?
it's got a 4.4 out of 10.
Oh, damn it, Pete.
I'm just saying though, I got the
idiot.
Owen Wilson, and I have not seen that movie.
Wow.
I don't even think I've seen that whole movie. And I
That came
still
out
knew.
May 6th. Never even knew that was a thing.
Of this year?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Well, number 4, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Whitewashing a goddamn movie, yeah. Because you got to think that
I
movie.
think I know too much, like
Too much
random stuff.
Jake Gyllenhaal or just
No,
random shit?
like
Welcome to the club, Tara.
the fact that I somehow knew that was Owen Wilson when I've only seen not even that whole movie, but only part of that movie once. And
Well, he does have a voice
12
that if you
years.
hear it one time and you see a dog's face attached to it,
Maybe.
you might gonna go, "That's fucking Owen Wilson."
maybe,
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, no, Prince of Persia was not a good movie, but it was a serviceable video game adaptation.
Yeah,
but there
I
was
don't
too many white people in it.
remember them. Yeah, I wasn't really like Persian.
And again, it's based on a video game.
But I
so
I don't remember a lot of the movie. I mean, I remembered he was in it, and I remember
I'm
like
pretty sure
parts.
Ben Kingsley's in it because why wouldn't he be in it? But beyond that, it was not memorable.
Yeah.
There was a dagger. I remember
I remember
that.
the desert.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest character of that movie.
Well, the sands of
The
time.
desert. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say the top 3, but if Randall's not here to talk
Yeah,
about
let's
it.
wait.
I mean,
guess.
you could guess. Let's go. So, in no particular order.
Mhm.
Shrek Forever After.
So what is that the third one?
Yes, because it went Shrek, Shrek 2, then Shrek Forever. There was no Shrek 3. It wasn't just called
So
Shrek 3. I think it was Shrek Forever After.
So it's been a long time since I've seen.
We need
any
the
of
Shrek,
the
Shrek
the
master
expert,
down here. Or
the
expert.
Shrekspert.
The Shrekspert.
Um,
The Shrekspert. Let's
which
give a
one was
t-shirt.
the one that like they went back to her family's?
I'm pretty sure it's Forever After.
Is that so? Then what happened in the second one?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I remember the first one because we had to watch it.
I obviously remember
Or
the third one.
March Myers.
And in the morning, I'm making waffles.
The movie held up a little bit better for me than I thought it was going to. The first Shrek. Watching it in 2022.
Oh yeah, I think it's still enjoyable.
Oh no, it is. But I don't remember the second one very much.
I don't eat. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember that one or the third one.
Also, how's Donkey having sex with that dragon? Is he like climbing in it? What's happening here?
Name?
No one
Randall.
knows. And that's been the biggest question I've had for years now.
Randall, which Shrek was the Forever After? Is that the third one?
Happily forever. Yeah.
Just Forever After.
Yeah.
the
So
third
then
one.
was Shrek 2 just Shrek 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens in Shrek 2?
What happens in Shrek 2?
I don't remember that movie at all.
Because Forever After is the one where they go back to her family's castle,
Uh-huh.
right?
No.
So is that Shrek 2?
Yeah.
So
That's
then
Shrek
what's
2.
then I have no idea what Forever After is.
Shrek 3, they already had the babies.
They have babies?
They had babies in the second one.
I don't remember
Oh,
any
yeah,
of
the
this.
dude on the fuck. What
They have
is Shrek
babies at the
3?
end of the first one, don't they?
What is happily? I don't know.
It's a mystery.
We thought
Anyways.
with you being the Shrekspert.
Right. We're going to get you a t-shirt.
Are you happy? Who came up with that?
She got it.
I
Yeah,
did.
that was
You
good.
did?
That was
I
good.
did.
Proud of you.
All right, top 3.
Okay.
No particular order.
Wait, was Shrek in there?
Shrek
Yes.
Forever After. That's why I wanted to say
Fuck
it was
yeah.
coming
We were
back.
trying to figure out which one it was. Cause,
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, Shrek Forever After. Get him to the Greek. Killers.
With Ashton Kutcher.
And
Catherine Hagel.
Yeah, all right. You know him. You know some dumb movies.
You know him.
No hum.
That wasn't a great movie.
It was serviceable.
I'm going Shrek, Greek, and then that one.
Okay.
I would have said the same thing, to be honest.
And you guys are right. It was
Cool.
Shrek Forever After, which was in its third week of being released, and these two movies were in their first week. So Get Them to the Greek and the Killers. So it still killed those movies.
I feel like I always lean towards the family movie to be at least one or two because
Depending on the family movie, I agree with you.
yeah, because I feel like you're getting a different demographic there.
No, for sure. For sure. Tomatometer time. What do we think the critics and the audience scored this movie out of 100%?
I've been thinking about this since I got here.
Uh-huh.
And I think solid, like,
Go for it.
I think obviously a lot of the movies we discuss are more audience prone movies. I think solid, both were
Up there.
70,
70.
near 70 at least, around 70.
So
I
you're
would
just
say
going to say
both.
70
I think
across
cross the border. Yeah,
Okay, Randall.
cross the board.
The border. It was
Board.
fine.
Cross the border to Canada.
What are we doing?
The tomatometer. What'd you get in your
I was
text
looking for
message?
Shrek.
Okay.
Shrek Forever
As
After.
As long as you were looking at Shrek.
Shrek Forever After was actually number 4.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What was
Then I
Shrek
have
3?
no
Called
idea.
Shrek 3?
Shrek the Third.
I have no idea what
Shrek
any of them
three.
are then. I don't
What
know what
happens?
happens.
I couldn't tell you
Okay.
the last two.
We need to do a rewatch.
I don't think I
Yeah.
saw the fourth one then.
I don't think so. I remember watching the Puss in Boots or whatever and being like, I'm out. This is not for me
So
anymore.
so that's the second one.
Maybe that's it.
He's not in the first one, is he?
No.
No,
Listen,
he's in
Biz?
the second one.
Didn't he
So
have his
that's
own
in
movie?
the, so he's in the
Yeah, he
second
did.
one.
He had his own movie.
Okay, so I remember because I remember him. So that was in the second one.
Antonio Banderas.
Yes.
But I don't, and I remember there was one where she went back to her family and they didn't like that she was.
An ogre. now.
ogre.
Oh, good.
But
What the
that's
fuck
all
is
I-
this?
That's the
But I
second
don't
one.
know if that. So that's the second one.
That's the second
So then
one.
maybe I've
Real
only
quick.
seen the two.
Wouldn't you be mad if your daughter came back as a fucking ogre?
I would love my daughter regardless.
Look, if you sent her out in the wild as
That's
a
a
normal
good
person
answer.
and she came back green, wouldn't you be like, what the fuck happened?
It's not her fault. I mean, she was cursed.
They
Okay,
knew she was
explain the
cursed.
curse. Is that why they sent her to the?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, they didn't know it was going to turn
Yeah,
her
they
ogre.
already
Also,
didn't
yeah.
like her. They sent her away
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she was an ogre.
Oh, well, then why did they have a problem when she came back
Yeah,
as an
why-
ogre?
Because
was
they were
she-
like, "Why are you here? We sent you
Oh,
away.
all
Bye."
right.
And you brought a second one
And
with
so
you.
they were,
Bye.
They were. So
Why
they
is there
were-
more of you now? They're
They were
multiplying.
expecting her to have kissed Prince Charming,
And she
so
would
she
be
would have been a
normal.
normal person.
But her Prince
So
Charming.
that's why they were mad about it when
But
she came
her
back.
Prince Charming was
It
Shrek.
all makes sense now.
And I'm going Sam too.
77 or 70s?
70,
and
70, 70.
70 and
So
70.
he's saying the same. He's,
Seven and
Same-
seven.
same
he's
thing.
riding off my coattails.
I got you.
Yes.
So this one kind of threw me for a loop a little bit.
Ooh.
Tomatometer on the critics, 73. On the audience, 62.
Oh,
We haven't had a lot
Why?
of movies
Wow,
where
the
the
critics
critics are
were
higher. On a movie like this,
is interesting.
critically, if I'm looking at this movie, I don't like it. What about it is critically good? Like, is the cinematography good? Is the writing good? Yeah, some jokes land here and there, but there's a lot of like potty humor. There's
Yeah,
a lot of
I don't
like
know. I don't know.
stupid shit. As a critic, I'm not giving this a thumbs up. I mean,
Maybe
me
Judd,
personally,
maybe
yeah.
Judd Apatow paid them.
Oh, maybe.
Do critics
just
work for Rotten
kidding.
Tomatoes?
Say that again.
Do critics like actually work
I don't
for
know
the
if they-
company?
I don't think
No,
there's a
you
company.
like register, I think.
Right,
for-
and you write and you put it on there.
and like
then-
for all we
yeah,
know, some of those critics are people who just do stuff like this.
very true. We should make our own.
We should fucking do
we
it.
Should.
yeah.
Oh my God, we should.
Wow. The decision reel. Every movie gets positive.
TDR.
rating, right? TDR'd. IMDb score lower than I thought too, 6.3.
We didn't get to guess that one.
No,
Nope.
I sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, depending on how I
That's
feel.
fine.
It's all on how I feel.
It's all off the cuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have guessed 6.5 anyway.
Right. Well, again, I thought it would be a little higher, maybe like a 7.1, considering some movies we've seen on here.
You
were
know what
higher
I
than
have
thought.
found a lot when I'm looking up stuff like that is the Google rating is usually higher than all of them.
Yeah,
Have you noticed that?
I have noticed that, and I
Isn't that-
feel like it's because people who are Googling it want to see it.
Or
Yeah.
actually,
So they're giving it.
but that doesn't mean
the
then
stars.
you like it after. I think everyone who watches a movie wanted to see it. Why would you watch a movie that you didn't want to see?
I've done it multiple times now.
Yeah, me too.
Probably because of this, not
yeah.
because. But you know what I mean? Like,
I get what you're saying. I think most people who watch a movie and want to review it afterwards, one of two people. this movie fucking sucks. I'm telling everybody about it because fuck this movie, wasting my time. Or, wow, that movie's really good. So you're not getting that on there. No one's going,
in the middle.
and then writing a review about it.
See, I'm the opposite. I usually do. Well, I guess that's true. If I'm leaving a review, even about like a place, it either needs to be because it was like one of the best experiences,
Or one of the worst.
or one of the worst.
Right? So that's...
Because I need people to know either which way.
Exactly. And that's the thing with internet culture, and we're not going to get too deep into it, but...
No, but I agree.
You have that... There's no in-between. There's yes or no, or shit,
People aren't
or
going
good.
on and leaving 3-4 stars. They're either 5 or 1s.
Right. So...
Yeah.
Whatever. We're learning stuff today. Who is our favorite character in this movie? I can't go to Brent because he's not here. We're going to go to Randall.
Fuck.
Wow, we're
Favorite
really
character?
digging into him.
Yeah, fuck him.
Honestly, I like P. Diddy's character.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
my
he was
dad's
different.
favorite.
Yeah.
It's your dad's favorite? You want to do it?
I don't see no Go-Gurts.
Daddy's favorite show.
I'm mind
Daddy's
fucking
favorite show.
Daddy's favorite show. I'm mind fucking you right now. Hope you're wearing a condom because I got a dirty mind.
Don't do that.
The music video is called I'm Gangster. Love it. Oh, that's another person I forgot
You're
to mention.
one zipper
Pharrell.
away from Thriller.
Right. It does the Carlton dance too after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite character too. If we're gonna talk about it, you're not thinking Puff Daddy to act like this. You know what I mean? Like, and it's great. Like,
Yeah.
you know
I'll
how many
beat my
Air
own head.
Jordans that is? Yeah, it's great.
I mean, if I'm picking like if I'm going outside of
You pick who
that,
you want.
I'm
Pick whatever your
picking
little heart desires.
I'm picking Jonah Hill. I think.
Okay.
Aldous Snow is the entertainment of the movie, but as a character, sometimes frustrating.
On purpose, though. I mean, he
Yes,
has to be. He
yes.
has to go through his character growth.
But I'm saying as a character, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm thinking of me in that situation, I would be as stressed out as Jonah Hill was.
I think he handles
most
it
of
very
that movie.
well.
And
You know
I
what
probably
mean?
wouldn't have. So
Yeah, you're right.
props to Jonah Hill's character.
When he grabs that the whiskey and like the don't be a
Does-
bitch, dude.
Yeah. Hey, can I have? I'm feeling like some whiskey. Can I? And then just takes all of it.
My mom loves your shit.
After I watched
Got
the
to puke
movie,
on his fucking shirt.
I was just about to say. So after I watched the movie, I tried to Google to see if somebody out there had counted how many times he throws up in that movie.
It's got to be a lot.
Because I really wanted to know because it had to. It was like 7-8 times at least. They showed him throw up in that movie.
I really like the disjointed, like at the end of the first night with Aldous, how it seems like sometimes when you're thinking back on a drunken night, what it feels like. That was perfect. That chit and him throwing up or this or that or like,
Yeah.
it felt real and it was good.
Because it was just like snippets.
Right.
it.
I liked it. It was good. And yeah, I mean, I think he's a great character too in this movie. And like you said, he handles everything very well. But he kind of just goes along with it too. Like even the part where Aldous asks him, like, "What do you really think of African Child?"
At first he is like,
He's
yeah, it's the best.
he's doing what Puff Daddy told
I
him to
brushed
do.
my teeth to it
You know. But then he kind of opens up and like
and goes too far.
he goes too far, but at the same time
what
he's
was I
talking to
fucking
him.
thinking?
He's talking to him real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that takes balls to say to someone who
I hate
wrote
you for
that.
it.
Which is what he said.
Right.
Yeah, he said there's just like fucking disdain. I hate you with like a layer of respect.
But it's true. Like, I mean, just to say that. And you know what? You can see the character development through the whole movie of both of those characters and coming together. And yeah, Aldous Snow needed somebody to rely on, sure. Not a yes man around him. And I think that's a good, I mean, it shows a good
Well, and I
character
love how they
development.
end up teamed up at the end. Like
And-
he's his
manager,
like,
whatever.
producer, manager person.
I feel like when you look at it as a whole, I know I say that, but you look at where Jonah Hill's character started, you look at where Aldous started, and they're both in that like weird. He really hates working for the CD company or whatever. You can tell, but he has to be there.
Because he's realized it's not about music anymore, is what he's
Right,
realizing.
exactly. And he's the one pitching. We should, do the Aldous Snow concert and all this stuff, and you can see where Aldous is, and you can tell he's not happy. I mean, obviously he's not with his wife. His son's not his real son. He finds out fucking Lars Ulrich is banging his wife. Like, I wouldn't want that. Guy's got no rhythm. Like, come on. So they have a good character arc there, both of them coming together and everything, and it works. I feel like there's no part of this movie that's like dull and
What does
terrible.
he say to him when he's at his house? Like, oh, go sue Napster or some shit like
Right,
that.
yeah,
He's like,
funny. It is funny.
What?
Go sue Napster, you fucking
That's what he
idiot, or
says to
something. You
Lars
twat
in
or
the-
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't finish the movie.
Do you even
this
know
time.
what?
I've seen
Do
it
you know what
multiple times,
Napster
but I
is?
didn't. Yes, I know what Napster is.
Okay, just make sure.
Yeah. I have songs on there.
What is Napster?
It's like a streaming platform.
Who he doesn't know what Napster was originally. You know what Kazaa is?
No.
Oh my god, you didn't grow
Do you know
up.
what LimeWire is?
Yeah, that was a shit.
Well,
That's where I got everything from.
Okay,
that was
so
around at
Napster
least.
was the original version of that just for music.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then when you download stuff, most of everything you downloaded
You got a
was
virus.
a virus. Yeah.
Yeah,
Haven't
then-
you seen The Social Network? So
No.
the guy that teams up with,
Really?
oh
Facebook.
my God, what's his name?
I don't. It doesn't matter.
Mark.
Zuckerberg.
The guy who kind of like teams up with him and helps him
Z.
take Facebook is the guy who created Napster.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what that guy's doing today. Probably
Nothing.
nothing. Yeah.
Certainly
Well,
not.
no,
he's
he's
certainly not sitting
Napster?
around looking like Justin Timberlake.
No, but he definitely
That's who plays him. In the movie.
sold Napster for a lot of money back
He
in the
did,
day.
yeah.
So he probably blew it all.
That's Dakota Johnson
It is
in that scene. That's a funny scene in that movie.
Do we have a least favorite character in this movie?
The girlfriend,
Oh yeah, she was a twat.
Daphne. Daphne.
Sorry,
But okay,
Sorry,
there's something I want to say about that though,
Go for it.
because for people working in that industry, the minute she's like, I just slept for 20 hours, she's back to being normal, right?
Sure.
But
Doesn't
does that
excuse. No, it doesn't.
it doesn't
being
excuse it. But at the same time, it's still showing the reality of that lifestyle. Like he shows up and she's sitting there and she's sleeping with her eyes open. Like, and that's no way to work and also be in healthcare. You know what I mean? I don't want somebody who's been up
Listen,
for 17,
bro,
30 hours.
I've watched all of Grey's Anatomy,
Oh,
and
really?
they weren't
We're
as
experts.
big of twats as she was. So
Yeah.
like,
they were tired.
What
also-
I'm saying is
also-
Grey's Anatomy was less.
But
Okay.
where is Grey's Anatomy?
I don't know. Seattle.
Seattle.
Going-
And where does she get
Seattle.
offered a residency?
to Seattle.
So maybe she should be in the
Seattle.
background on an episode of Grey's Anatomy, just walking around. She might be. We
Instead,
don't
she
know.
was on Mad Men,
Ah,
Mad Men.
right. Mad Men. Yes, and then
Handmaid's Tale. which now is
Is
a
it good?
little.
I haven't watched
Oof,
it.
it's
Yep.
Fucked
yeah.
up. I like
mhm.
fucked up though.
It is though. Carrick and I started watching it because we were like, oh, everyone talks about this. Let's, it was like on Hulu. We didn't
Yeah,
start
yeah.
it from the beginning.
Sure.
I mean, we didn't start watching it when it first
I got
came
you.
out, and we start watching it. And I'm telling you, like episode 1, I'm sitting there and I'm like digging my nails into my hand, like, what the fuck are we watching? And Carrick just keeps looking at me, like waiting for
what is
my
it?
This is awesome.
Handmaid's Tale. So it's about a time. So just a synopsis of
Go for
like, so
Get in it.
the which
Deep dive.
unfortunately today's.
Unfortunately.
So it's about a time in the world where basically people have, not everyone can reproduce anymore. And so what they've started doing is they've created communities where the men are vastly in charge. The women just support the men, and they are literally kidnapping women who can have babies and bringing them in the community and making them, like basically raping them to provide babies for this community.
Oof.
Yeah.
Big oof.
Yeah. Big oof. Big oof. Yeah. And if those people have children, they take their children too and they separate them from them. And so like they have their children somewhere else in the community.
Interesting. Piggybacking on that,
Bigger oof.
there's a movie that came out in the 90s called Starship Troopers, which we will get to on this
Starship
fucking show.
Troopers.
But there's one part of that movie that always stuck with me that I felt like I don't know why it's not part of the American culture or just society right now. You have to have a license to have a child in that movie. So they had to do certain things like enlist in the military or serve on something or whatever to then get a license
So you had to,
to
like,
be able to have a child.
You had to have like a merit in life.
Right.
Like
exactly.
you've done something to.
Right. To warrant to have a
but
child.
what happens if you have a kid without the license?
You're not able to because it's in the future. So I feel like it's like you probably
It's like turned off
or something or whatever. They don't go deep into it. It's like
That'd be dope.
right,
would be
but
dope.
it's just like it's a weird like 5-second conversation in the movie, but it just alludes to a bigger overall picture of what's going on in that society, and it's like
But obviously not to go too far into this, and because we could, but that's almost along the same lines of like the people who are saying like, oh well, just because vasectomies are reversible, have guys when they're little get vasectomies and then don't reverse them until you are ready to have
Right.
children. It's along the same lines, except that's a surgery. That's a procedure.
Yeah.
But it would be. I mean, if there was something that was possible like
you
that,
could
where
have
like
a
your
switch,
body
yeah.
did, like you could just nope, not ready. And like we have birth controls and stuff, but that changes so much about your body.
For a
by
woman, for
taking
sure,
all
yeah.
that
Oh, for
and
sure.
putting that into
You're
your
throwing hormones
system.
and whatnot, and you can sit there and say there's been, how many different things have shown that it's fine and it's not.
It's not.
Everybody's different. And you know what?
I mean,
if a vasectomy is literally, and you can.
I mean,
go,
people
Do it.
have like.
You like that?
I mean, it can make your depression worse. It can make your anxiety worse. It can make you gain weight. It's. Yes. Well, yeah.
I'm talking to Randy there. What are you doing with twisting her up? Oh, you got another. Okay, sorry.
But you know what I
Sorry.
mean? Like it does
Sponsored by Twisted Tea here.
a lot. Ew. What is it? ASMR?
Yeah,
Is that what
for
we just
sure.
did?
We
there?
need those ear fucking microphones. Have you seen those that some girls use on Twitter? It's so fucking weird. Stop. Please stop. I don't understand that.
Stop.
Wait.
Oh,
Stop.
jeez. We're getting...
Wait.
No, not for me. I don't get it.
The scratching that you just did reminds me of like getting your back scratched.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Scratch my back, but
Yeah.
don't whisper in my ear weird like shit. Like
Chewing on chips.
these women make so much money doing that. I don't get it. Anyways, Randy, do you have a least favorite character?
Yeah, the girlfriend.
The girlfriend?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Is yours different?
Mine is different. It's
Hence-
gonna be
It's
his
wrong then.
his dad.
Oh, true.
Because
You're
his
right.
dad is just kind of
You're
a
right.
shitty dad. Like everything is just about him, and like again,
Yeah.
it's another
You
part of
wouldn't
this
be
movie,
a musician if I wasn't a musician.
right? But every part of this movie feels a little realer than it needs to
I
be.
wrote your song with the tip of my dick.
When I'm
Right.
busy, somebody has to work for a living. Some shit.
Yeah,
Get the fuck outta
exactly,
here,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Albeit that's kind of cool that he's playing in Las Vegas. Like that'd be fun. Even if he's playing for 5 people every night
Oh, it is, but like he left his family to
to do that. Yeah,
do
no,
that.
And that's a great
and then
point
his son
again.
becomes
famous
famous musician.
Right. And he's not, and he's mad because of that. Like what?
And then he's like,
very
"Oh,
good.
I could get you a spot in Vegas. We
Yeah.
could play together. Imagine how much money we would make."
Right, and he's just like, you can sell all this. Like,
No, I'm not fucking
mean,
done yet.
I can do that. I don't need you. You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
need
But
you.
again, he's still looking for his father's approval. Like,
Yeah, he is,
to
yeah.
me, such a real like just situation thrown in a movie that doesn't need to be there. Like,
There's
this is
a
a
lot.
comedy movie.
There's a lot going on with that one.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
And to
Well,
me,
there's a lot going on in that movie. Period. I mean,
Yeah.
he clearly
Oh, he's
there
got
are a lot
problems.
of deep things. I mean, even when they're in his apartment.
Oh yeah.
And when they're back in the States and he's in that apartment and all of, the pictures and stuff of her and he's watching the movies and he's like, don't call her,
And then he
don't do
calls
it.
her,
And he calls
like,
her.
"All right, we gotta
By
fucking
the
go."
way, I love Rose Byrne.
Oh,
like
yeah.
in everything she's in.
I
I
Bridesmaids.
really like her. Bridesmaids. I mean, I didn't like her character in that because her character was a bitch.
But she was still good in it.
But she was good in it. She was good in the Neighbors movies.
yes, yes. Which another tie-in to this
To
fucking
that,
director.
yep.
Yeah.
She was also that movie with Mark Wahlberg where they foster the kids.
Yeah. I've seen
She
that.
was good
What
in
was
that.
that?
I can't remember the
Yeah, I
name
don't
of it
remember the
now.
name either.
But
You've seen
they- it
Neighbors,
didn't-
right?
I've seen.
Booyah!
She's-
Yeah,
they
I've seen the
take in like three
yeah.
siblings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She was also in
Marky Mark.
oh my god, there was
Say hi to your
something
mother for me.
there's something I love that she's in that now I'm like blanking on.
She's been in a lot actually, and then kind of just dried up. But this is to me like her best role. Like Jackie Q, come on, all those.
That was a weird
that was a
way
wet-
to say
That
that.
was a weird way to say it.
What?
She dried up.
Shut up.
That was a.
She
That's what you
she
wanted
was
to
also
say?
in that movie with Tiffany Haddish
Yeah.
where they have the makeup
Yep.
company. She's been in a lot of stuff. It hasn't always been serious stuff.
got
So
you,
like
I
you
got
don't
you.
hear it
Sure.
as much.
But this role to me is like her best role, like the Jackie
It's
Q
just
stuff
funny,
with
yeah.
all the music videos and everything. It's
She has some
hilarious.
fucking weird
She's
songs,
so
bro.
yeah.
But that's the point.
yeah. But so does
the
he.
anal one,
so
whatever the fuck.
It's
she was-
funny.
Yeah.
Oh
You know
oh
what
my
I'm
god,
talking
what
about.
does she say though?
Talking about
Yeah.
But like I can't remember what she. Oh, the
Ring Around My Rose.
Ring
It-
Ring
yes,
Rose.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
something. Yeah.
I
something
did
like
watch it.
that.
I saw the music
no,
video.
my dirty posy.
That's,
Yeah. But like in the
Ew.
music video, she had like kids doing like
But-
ring around the
Ring
rosy or
Around the
whatever
Rose,
it
yeah.
is. Like,
That's
oh,
I
come
mean
on
that's the
now.
point of the song. I do want to mention something about this. The music in this movie is fucking great.
Actually,
and it's
is good
made
music,
for
like-
this movie. Like the clap, that song is
Dude,
good.
it was a banger.
Yeah,
It was a banger.
even
So
Bangers and Mash or whatever.
Yeah.
Great
yeah,
song.
So I'm
African Child, not so
jumping the
much.
gun here,
You
but
should get that on vinyl.
probably
African Child?
when we
No.
talk about
Well, yeah, it would be on it. The
Oh,
whole
yeah.
soundtrack, get
The
it
whole
on
thing.
Is that a
vinyl.
thing?
Yeah,
That'd be
Dude,
dope.
the soundtrack to this
Why'd you
movie I
say
have on
yeah,
Spotify.
like you guys fucking have already looked it up.
Of course.
no, but I mean you can get a soundtrack to any movie, so like why
Yeah.
wouldn't you be able to?
You should get the soundtrack to
I'm
Batman
in the business of buying vinyls
Begins,
now.
yeah,
so.
or Dark Knight, or
But
fucking yeah.
I know we haven't gotten to like our favorite parts of the movie.
Well, that would
yet.
be the next thing, so we could get to it. What Tara? Before you
go
say
ahead,
it,
Tara.
what's your favorite part of this movie?
So honestly, and like there's so many funny parts of the movie, obviously.
You want to sing karaoke?
So I could. That part actually grosses me out.
It's hilarious.
Just that she says it's a microphone for my work. Like
I shaved it into a microphone.
she did into a microphone.
Oh,
But like, there's so many funny parts of the movie, and so like I could say like I love when he puts the adrenaline in him, and he's like like comes up.
alive.
There's a lot of funny parts. Diddy has a lot of funny parts, but honestly, my favorite part of the movie that like makes me like feel more
Sure.
is when he goes on stage after he's jumped off the thing, and like he finally gets him to the Greek, and he's like, "This is rock and roll," or whatever he says, and he goes on stage and they start that song up.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
That was a bang. That's probably the biggest banger in that movie, to be honest with you.
Well, so the whole
Like, the
movie's
way it's
working
arranged.
to that, right?
Yeah.
And you finally see him go through whatever he's going through, and then he gets on stage, and that's
and he
you can
looks
tell,
over
yeah.
at him and he's like, and then Jonah Hill leaves.
Yeah,
He
'cause
sees
yep.
what he needs to see. He's done what he needs to do, and he leaves happy.
Right. He's got
He
his
sees
friend.
him. Yeah.
He's helped him. He's done what needs to do. He brings him to the point where
Also, though,
this is where you need to be.
notice that he did do the song his dad told him he should do, that he should kick off the show with.
Yeah.
But like even that song itself, like that song,
song.
of all the songs in that movie, that actually was the one that sounded the most like a real song. Like it wasn't
yeah,
overly,
okay.
it wasn't comical. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Sure.
overly comical.
Well, yeah. Obviously, African Child is like
But even Bangers and
I
Mash.
wake up and brush my teeth.
But the
Yeah.
clap,
yeah.
Bangers and Mash, like those are comic. Those were
Bangers,
yep, yep.
beans, and mash.
those were comic.
My
No, it was Bangers
bangers.
and Mash.
My
My
beans
beans
and
and
They have
mash.
a vinyl for it.
But like those
is
were
it $12? Because you should buy it if it is.
If it is, I'm fucking getting it right now.
But those were obvious comedy
Yeah,
songs.
yeah, and they
even
serve
stroke
the-
even
yeah.
stroke the furry wall at the end.
Yep.
But Up
Bangers,
could
beans,
be an
mash.
actual song. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Like the way it was arranged, it sounded good.
There's only 2 movies that I really like the soundtrack to that
Like the
have
original
songs.
music.
Right. And that's this movie
Mhm.
and Scott Pilgrim. For whatever reason,
That's a good movie.
I love Scott Pilgrim.
There's only CDs.
What?
Oh.
Well, that's gay. It's on Spotify, so you can just listen to it anyways.
Do you mean that's lame?
That's lame. What I'm saying is Scott Pilgrim
I'm
to me
here-
has
I'm
some of
here
the
to
best. Sure, thank you. I need to be taught. Scott Pilgrim has the best original music for me in any movie because it's integral to the plot of the movie.
I don't know. Josie and Pussycats has some
Don't get me
Yeah.
started on Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah.
I
Some
watched
good-
that the other day.
original tunes.
I love Josie and the Pussycats, and I'm not trying to be. I don't know what the word would be because I'm trying to be.
We'll come up
politically
with it
correct now.
after.
Sure. I love that movie as a movie because it has a bigger message than people actually think it
Yeah,
has.
yeah.
You know, commercialization
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And the songs fucking rip.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
They're really
Yes,
good.
no.
So,
Oh wait, I have another one.
okay.
I have another one.
Another
like,
favorite scene?
No soundtracks that Rockstar.
Oh, okay. Rockstar.
Rockstar.
We covered that movie.
Love the soundtrack of that movie. All the
Stand up
Steel
and
Dragon
shine.
like songs are good, but especially the one that he does, the colorful song.
That's a good song at the end, yeah.
Can I tell you, my dad has been trying to get me to cover that song, and I was like,
Let's
Dad,
do it.
no one will know it.
Doesn't matter. It's a good song.
But I love that soundtrack.
The
That's
reason
a
why-
good soundtrack.
The reason why I really like that song, you can tell they tried to make that song fit that 90s grunge,
Yeah.
but still be their own.
Mhm.
That song feels really good. And isn't that the Verb Pipe singer that made that song?
Oh, it might be.
I think it might be.
It might
Again,
be.
we covered this some episodes back.
So
We did
shouldn't
Rockstar.
you know then?
I mean, look, the minute
Should.
I go over my notes, the minute we're done this episode,
But I
gone.
love that movie. I love that soundtrack.
it's funny when we reviewed that movie. Only me and Brent liked it. Everybody else was like, "Meh." He wasn't
I
here
haven't
at
seen
that
it.
point. You should you
Jennifer
haven't seen the movie
Aniston is in it.
Rockstar?
I haven't seen it.
with Marky
Jennifer
Mark.
Aniston is in it.
Love me some Jennifer
So do you
Aniston.
You need to
remember?
watch
Do
it.
you remember the season like with Bruce Willis where she's got the really long hair all of a sudden?
That's why.
That's why, because she was filming that movie and like her hair is like.
That's like a
Down to her hips
prerequisite
in that
if you're
movie.
going to be in a band. You have to watch that movie.
You really need to watch that movie. That's a good movie.
You've
Mark
said that
Wahlberg is in
with
it.
So many movies now.
No. This
Top
one
of your
though
list.
is a musical.
Then fucking
Sarah
Sarah,
Marshall.
Marshall, and then whatever else, Star
But,
Wars.
Star Wars.
And then-
Go home.
Put that down here.
What are you doing tonight?
We're watching another movie after
We are
this.
watching the movie.
What are you watching?
It's a movie called Super 8. We're doing a crossover episode with another podcast.
With the kids in it?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Haven't seen it.
J.J. Abrams
Of course you have.
written and directed it. Yeah, of course.
You
not.
need, but you do
like
need
it.
to watch Rockstar because that's. I
Prerequisite
mean,
to
just
being
from, as
rock
being a
star.
musician.
There's a lot of things I need to watch.
Have you seen Almost Famous?
No.
That movie's okay.
But also another music is what I'm saying. Like
you ever seen the Country Bears?
No.
the Country Bears. Oh,
I was
my
trying to go
God.
with another band-centric
I
movie.
understood.
Nope.
Disney.
Have you seen Josie and the Pussycats?
Yes.
All right, then that
Of
you're
the
okay.
ones
that
that
at
we've
least.
named, Josie and
That
the
would be
Pussycats
the
is
one.
Yeah.
Well, he grew up when it came out though.
Yeah.
2000.
That's
Yeah.
right. Well, he looks at me with those innocent
And that was
eyes.
before Tara Reid went, "Hey, I'm just going to destroy the way I look."
I liked her in that movie because she was like
Dumb
ditzy.
but smart at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a
Plus,
favorite
the lead singer was a redhead
part or scene? And she had the perfect 2000s hair, right? The
with
flip
the
out,
flips.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Favorite part?
Yeah. Favorite scene probably it was in the beginning
Mm-hmm.
with when they were talking to P. Diddy when he first came in. And Jake Johnson, his phone started ringing.
Jake
He's like,
Johnson.
I fucking love Jake Johnson.
Chocolate Daddy.
throw
How many
that-
fucking
Throw your
whatever?
fucking
Throw that
phone.
out of the office. Please don't make me do that.
Yeah, he's staring at me right now. He's real mad.
He's
Yeah, no,
making me.
I'm
He made
being
me answer
serious.
my phone.
He's trying
to
to prove a point.
embarrass me.
You made me vouch for 30 fucking units. 30,000
I
fucking
forgot
units.
Jake Johnson was in this movie
Yeah.
until I watched it today because it's such a small part.
Yeah.
I love
I mean,
Jake
it's
Johnson.
yeah, it's a small part, but I've been watching New Girl.
I
over
was
and over
watching
again.
New Girl before I left. To come
I
here.
just finished it last night,
I
but
woke up with glitter on my dick.
I don't remember that part. What was it from?
That's
That's
Enzi Sansari. When he says he was
I
partying.
don't
went to the
remember.
J-
I'm
when they
talking
went to the
about Jake
Jay-Z
Johnson
party.
now. I'm not talking about
It
that.
was
Okay,
right
well, it's-
before
it's
that.
You're
right.
replaceable.
It
You're
was right.
replaceable.
It was right before
You're
that part.
replaceable.
It was right before that part when they were saying they went to the
didn't
Jay
pay
Z
attention to
party,
him.
and
Alright.
he went to the bathroom and
Okay, I'm sorry.
he used Jay Z's bidet.
Right.
Yes.
See, you remember
Jay-Z
that, but not the
and
glitter on his dick.
Beyonce's bidet, and they were doing it right next to each
Next
other.
to each
yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
His and hers. Remember that?
Now
Remember the fucking glitter
this
on
is
my
a
dick?
game changer. Gonna fuck your shit. Gonna fuck your shit.
Chocolate Daddy. What? So my favorite scene. Well, I mean, it's really hard to choose, right? This movie's
Yeah.
just one fucking good.
Well, and that's what I was
Scene
saying. That's
after
why I
scene.
chose the scene I did because I feel
Yeah.
like the whole movie is like the comedy, the heavy comedy,
mhm.
like laugh
yeah.
stuff. So that's why I picked more of a
I got you. My favorite scenes revolve around drugs for no particular reason.
sure, Steve.
Mom and Dad.
I don't know, but the scene where he's like, they're in the airport line, and he's just like,
Put
this
this
up your
up
face.
his
the
butt
way he just drops it out of his mouth, just
and catches
I
it.
need you to put
Yeah.
this up your bum. You know, like it's fucking funny. And he does it, you know what I mean? And it's great. My other favorite scene, again, involves drugs, is where he goes to I need you to get me drugs, right? And he goes to the hotel.
I'm looking
Whatever.
for a guest.
H.
Can you help me
A.
find
Can you
this
help me find
guest?
R.
And the dude just looks up. He's like, meet me in the back or whatever.
But that part also is kind of sad. Like the part before
You're
that,
gonna come to me.
when he knocks the drugs out of his hands, thinking he's being fun. Like
Yeah.
like we're friends,
not
and
fucking
he
around.
like freaks out on him.
But again, it's real in that moment of
Yeah.
a movie that
And he
shouldn't
says,
be so real.
He says, "Don't mess with my
Right.
addiction. Like
Right.
you
Oh, yeah.
can't keep this from me. Don't fuck with my medicine." He calls it medicine, I think. But
Yeah. he
But
did.
again,
yeah.
super real. I mean, that's what people would do in
And
that
then he
situation.
comes back after his traumatic night, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot. I asked you to do that."
I already got drugs. Yeah.
Turns out it's really easy to
Got
get
it.
drugs in Las Vegas.
Right. But no, the funny part is when like he's talking to the guy that
With what's his name? TJ
TJ
Miller.
Miller.
Or whatever.
Mhm.
and like it just flashes to him like he's in his room like stop fucking around with me
I'm
when
gonna
I'm trying to move
stab you
room.
in your stomach.
And then he gets stabbed, and
What
then they're
are you gonna
driving
do? You're not
to
gonna stab me.
where's the hospital at?
You're just gonna leave me here? I love later when they're doing the Jeffrey. He's like, "I need to go to the hospital. It's on whatever
yeah,
way,"
yeah, and he
because
knows
he was
where
already
it is.
there.
Yep.
This is everyone. He couldn't bring
He's
me all the way to
stroking
the
the wall.
door.
Why is it called a Jeffrey?
Who would be afraid of a Jeffrey?
Just a bloke down the street.
Oh, I'm Jeffrey.
Great movie all around.
That's what he does. Oh, I'm Jeffrey.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Come on.
It is.
I mean, obviously, we were entertained by this movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
There's no part in this movie where I'm just like,
No, it's pretty steady the whole time. Oh, least favorite scene?
oh, I guess we could do that. We've never done that.
The threesome scene with the
But
girlfriend.
it's another realistic
No, but I
kind of like
just
situation.
Can't.
It's awkward on purpose.
I forgot about that.
It makes me so uncomfortable.
But what else is the goal of that scene?
And
but yet
yes,
to
I know, but like it just
you bring a
it
rock
also
star
makes
home.
me hate her more. You know what I mean? Like
You got to have
I
fun. Why
already
can't I have
didn't
fun?
like
Yeah.
her, and then she's like doing this out of spite.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not only that, but again, I hate to keep going back to what I'm saying about being realistic and showing realistic shit, but you bring
See,
a
I
rock
don't
star
feel
home.
like that's realistic.
No, he's being selfish.
Maybe
All the
because I
snow is
wouldn't
being
do that.
selfish in that situation. If you brought Ryan Reynolds home,
Carrick wouldn't be involved. Let me just say that.
okay.
Sorry, bud.
But what if Ryan Reynolds like, hey guy,
He would never.
you don't know that.
I do.
You don't know
He is a
that.
gentleman.
Have you ever seen Family Guy with the episode that he's in? He wants fucking Peter.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's realistic.
So
Everything's based in
realistic.
reality.
This
But-
isn't The Simpsons.
I
Okay?
mean,
It's Family
Carrick,
Guy.
Carrick can have his way with Blake Lively all he wants while I'm with Ryan Reynolds, but I'm not sharing.
Would it have to be at
Ryan
the same
Reynolds.
time?
No, it wouldn't have to be at the same time. I don't
So you
care.
could schedule different days.
Yeah, sure. I don't
All
care.
right. Yeah. I don't
still
care
get-
what the fuck he's doing.
I
as
still
long-
get to be with Ryan Reynolds either way, so I don't give a shit.
Cool.
I mean, it probably wouldn't be able to be the same day. Somebody would have to be watching their kids.
They have nannies.
I mean, I guess, but like you
You
don't
make
know.
all that money.
Maybe
You think they don't
want,
have somebody
maybe
watching
they
their
want
kids all
to
the time?
watch their kids.
Why?
Oh, Blake Lively said in an interview she was on a plane with like her kids, and the movie they were showing was a Ryan Reynolds movie, and he was like kissing somebody else.
Oh, that's
And
gotta
she
be
said
weird.
they were
right?
Yeah,
like-
that has to be weird as shit.
Yeah.
She said she was just sitting there like, oh God, here we go. Like,
And you can't fast forward it because you're on a plane and it's just playing like
Yeah.
pay-per-view wise. I guess you could just say, "What's that out there?"
No, on planes now you can do
I've
it.
never,
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never heard the story and I've never looked into it, but I do wonder if they named their daughter James because they have both openly said they're Friends fans. And like, remember, she suggests that name for their baby, and she goes James, and Ross goes, oh, and she goes, but only if it's a girl, and he goes, oh, Vito.
Yeah.
And so then they named their daughter James.
Jaymes.
No, I think it's spelled. No, I think it's spelled like James.
James.
I'm not sure, but they did name their daughter James, so it makes me wonder if it was like
I haven't watched Friends enough to remember
because of the
that.
Friends reference.
Good for them.
That could
If they
be.
like Friends, sure.
Or maybe they just like James.
Maybe. I don't know.
I've just never met a girl named James, so
Neither have I. That's why I assume Jaymes.
I have not either.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean Jamie, sure.
Sure,
but-
yeah.
I've seen a dude named Ashley.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
yeah. Which is weird.
Well, Ashley Angel,
That's
Chris
a
Angel?
famous
kind of
male
a
Ashley.
mind freak. Would we recommend get him to the Greek to your mother?
No, not my mom, but that's because she doesn't like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
She'd
no,
like it.
there was
She has seen it.
She'd like
She has seen it. I'm just saying it's not. It's
I,
not
would,
her cup of
I
tea.
recommend every movie to my mother, but there's only been like 2 that I would say no, and that was what do you think? What number 1 was?
Well, one, The Pest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then American Sniper.
I could see it.
I might take that solo out of there.
That's
No,
me
leave
on
it.
guitar.
Is it?
Leave it.
That's
All right,
me.
I'm gonna leave it.
That's me shredding.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing what was it? Fucking not
Thriller.
Yeah, it's
Shredding.
Thriller.
No, it's not Thriller. It's
It's not thing was
Thriller.
Thriller.
the other one. Sure.
Fuck. Yep.
Russell Brand filmed scenes performing as a rock star all the snow at
Beat
his.
it.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Beat it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start again. Russell Brand filmed the scenes performing as rock star Aldous Snow at his sold-out comedy show Scandalous in front of 20,000 people at the O2 Arena in London. Jack Black and Jason Segel joined him on stage. Don't worry about my
The
dog.
blanket just started moving around.
He's listening to what we're doing. Anyways,
So
what I was-
that's so then it the
exactly what I
audience
was
was
saying
already there.
before. Exactly. They didn't have to pay to put on a fucking
because it was already there.
performance. It was already being done. Maybe they ate a
Okay.
little bit of that cost just to
Yeah.
help, maybe whatever. But
Gotcha.
I feel like we should do fun facts faster, like earlier in the episode.
Why?
That might have helped with the whole guessing of numbers thing.
Why would we want to help with that?
why would I do the fun facts at the beginning because you're learning about them at the end. Unless people don't listen this long and they don't know they're there.
Throwing out fucking ideas. I don't
Stay on
know.
that side
I'm
of the
listening.
couch.
I'm taking in
I'm
your.
on
That's
my
why
side of
you're
the couch.
over there.
Goddamn.
You're here for fucking 3
The
weeks.
photo,
2
all
weeks.
this pulls out
We'll
of
see.
himself as a young chubby boy is an actual photo of Russell Brand as a child. It's featured in his autobiography, My Bookie Wook.
It looks just
Bookie
like him.
book.
His Bookie Wook.
It looks just like him.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny just looking at that because he was fat and funny.
It wasn't fat. He had baby weight. It wasn't fat. He had little kid like chub.
Get that little chub. During the magazine website montage towards the beginning of the film, the cover of the Daily Express features the headline, Sarah Marshall's Beauty Tips, with a photo of Kristen Bell.
Didn't
And if
notice that.
well, I mean, why would you? You didn't see Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Nope.
Who that is, Sarah Marshall. That's all I got.
Oh,
There's
That's
not
it?
a lot of
There's not
fun
much
facts.
left?
I
Okay.
looked for a lot of stuff and there wasn't very much to put down. So
Well, and then later in the movie when he's on the plane and he's
he's seeing,
he puts the headphones on, he goes, "Oh yeah, I
Sarah
did have
Marshall.
sex with her." Do you remember that? That's not at the end, so I know you saw that part.
yeah, it's towards the middle when they're
When
going.
they're on the plane and he's
to
like,
America,
"Oh, I think
yeah.
I had sex with her."
Oh yeah, I did.
When they're watching the show.
Sarah
Yep.
Marshall in
Well,
Blind
that's Sarah
Justice.
Marshall in the show. Yeah.
Was she blind or was he
No, she
blind?
was a blind doctor.
Oh, that's when I realized Sarah Marshall.
Yeah. No, she was like a blind
Got
surgeon
it.
or something.
Don't
or
fucking
doctor.
shake your head at me.
Was it called Blind Justice?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
When she
they
was-
showed her performing an operation.
And she gets
yeah.
blood splattered on her. That's
Yeah,
right, because
yeah,
she
yeah.
can't see. Yeah. Anyways, final decisions out of 10. What do we give Get Him to the Greek?
Brent. Wait.
No,
Me.
Randall.
I give it 8.
An
It's
8?
good. It's a good 8. Yeah. It was funny the whole time for me at least. And like you said, there was a lot of real moments in there.
Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad you're
Yeah.
starting to explain why you're giving
Yeah.
numbers to things
8.
now instead of just saying, yeah, 7. I don't know. Tara, what do you got?
So I would still give it a 7,
Seven.
only because I feel like I'm just a harsh
Critic.
like
Rotten Tomatoes.
Movies-
We're gonna get her an
movies
account.
that I consider like 8, 9s, 10s are probably like
Perfect. Yeah,
I'm being
I
like
got-
snobby about it. You know what I mean?
I got you. Well,
But I think a
mean,
solid
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You don't want to give out your 8s sparing, or you want to give out your 8 sparingly, right? Because
Yeah.
let's be real, there's no such thing as a perfect movie. I cannot, in my mind, give out a 10.
Deadpool.
No. I can give a 9.5, whatever.
9.5, yeah.
But I can't give a 10 because there's nothing. This is me personally. I'm always going to find something to nitpick a little bit. Ask my wife. We'll watch a movie. A week later, I'll be like, hey, you remember that fucking part in that movie? That's why I don't like it. She doesn't like that, by the way. But,
Weird.
Care and I do that together.
well.
We watched Uncharted last night.
Oh, okay. Give me your
Was it good?
review of that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Has he played any of those video games?
He knew about the games. I did not know
But
about
did he play them?
Yeah.
All of them?
He said, and so when we started the movie, we both kind of went into it. He was like, okay, this is a movie because of a game. So,
It's going to be a little over the top.
but there were still, I mean, for me, because I'm watching it as a movie, I'm like, there are so many things that just would not happen and stuff. Like
All of it.
there's a part later in the movie where they're like pulling the ships out of wherever they've been
I
for
don't give a
however
fuck.
long
It's awesome.
on
Yeah, they would just disintegrate.
helicopters.
Yeah.
And they did
Sure. I
Like,
don't know
put
how they
nets
did. I don't know how they did that.
they dug under
Sure.
and they got nets under them. And so all of that being as unrealistic as it is, they're flying them through the air and they're even bumping them into things. And I said the same thing. I said, there's no way all of these things would just be staying together
They're
after this long.
100 plus years old,
Sitting
rotting.
Also,
underwater.
Carrick and I both said, we were like, oh, how convenient that big ass hole is there right above the ships for them to.
My biggest thing with video games or movies like that about people finding things that have holes over them, or like, just how didn't you find this already? How didn't you just fly over and be like, what's in
It
there?
took an expert to. Yeah, no one saw that.
Or okay,
Or no
he
one was on the water and was like, oh, look, a cave. Let's go explore in there.
you could go in the cave, but maybe somebody didn't dunk under. But at the same time, if you're in that cave, you're going to see, hey, there's some light coming from the other side. Let's go. That was the only part of the movie that threw me off. I will
but
say
really,
this.
who's doing that? Who's walking around looking in caves and sees lights, and it's like, let's go in it.
Who's going around saying, hey, you see this rock on the ground? I'm going to open it up. Oh, look, there's meat inside this rock. I'm going to fry it and eat it because it's an oyster. There's so many human beings that have tried so much
It
shit.
was a long walk, but I got where he was going with it. Like,
Big
because how did we discover
people are going to find people in
like,
150 years, people are going to find a fucking rock that is open and then swim under it, is what I'm saying. Anyways, what I want to preface this with is Uncharted is my second favorite video game series. I was not let down by the movie, but I was led astray by the movie. It's a decent movie, but it's nothing like the video game. There's some parts that they took out of all the video games and put into this one movie. I wish they would have either followed the first video game or taken parts out of only the first video game and made a movie about it. Because they basically blew their wad on this movie.
But they did line it up as though they would make Uncharted 2. But, but that movie didn't do very well. So Carrick was like,
Actually,
I wonder if they're going to make it the second one.
It actually did very well.
See, I only saw like bad reviews of it. So
I saw decent reviews of it. Let's look up how much it made.
Hold on, but what? No, we're not going to do it. Never mind.
no.
Yeah, we're not going to.
That's not kind of movie.
No. Let's see. What do we think it made?
What do we think it made?
We can take the guess.
Hold on. Okay. I'm going to guess. What it made?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it, so
Worldwide
I don't know if
gross.
it's good. Worldwide.
Worldwide.
I like 107.
80.
80? Cool. So they're making a second movie already. $401 million.
Oh my god.
Ew, why?
They're
Tom
pretty good.
Holland, that's why.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Tom Holland,
Yeah.
but like,
okay.
and also we're watching it.
happening?
We're watching it, and like there are parts where he's like being very acrobatic and like climb, and I was like, he's been Spider-Man this whole time, just no one knows.
Yeah, well, okay, hold on. The
'Cause
whole
he's,
Uncharted
like
series,
jumping on stuff and
the whole Uncharted
climbing.
series is him climbing and you're doing stuff like that. You remember playing?
Well, and then so Carrick also did like towards the end when he picks up the gun harness
That's
and puts
yeah,
it on.
yeah.
Carrick was like, "Oh, he finally got his guns," and I was like,
What? Yeah.
Carrick
So,
said, "Yeah, he should have gotten them a lot earlier," but
the whole movie is him shooting and climbing things. That's the whole idea of the movie, right? The other thing that really really irked me was Mark Wahlberg didn't have a mustache. The whole idea of
ew,
Sully.
thank God.
The whole idea of Sully. Well,
Oh, but he has it
He has it at the end
in the after scene
because
yeah.
they filmed that later from fan backlash from the trailers because they were like, Sully needs a mustache. That's the whole point of the fucking character.
But he doesn't pull off a mustache.
Well, he shouldn't be Sully in that movie.
I don't think
because-
anybody can pull off a fucking mustache.
I don't agree
Let's
with
be honest.
that.
Have you
but
seen my dad?
what are you saying, Randall?
Okay.
Nobody.
Have you seen Tom Selleck without a mustache?
Touche.
I don't even know who the fuck that
You know.
is.
You know.
Oh
what
my
I'm
God,
saying.
yes you do, Richard.
Oh.
Yeah, if you've seen.
All right, he's got a thick mustache. All right.
And do you remember when he showed up and he didn't have the mustache?
So the last
What a
mustache
loser.
I saw was on New Girl when Schmidt had one
Schmitty.
in the last season. Ugly as fuck.
Nick, do you favor my mustache?
I hate it.
I hate it.
There's a
anyways.
deeper meaning.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I hate it.
Anyways,
There's always a deeper meaning, Nick.
I'm gonna give my score now
I miss your
because I haven't given my score yet. I'm gonna give this movie a 7 as well. I wanted to give it an 8, but after thinking about it and what Tara kind of said was, it's a good movie, but it's not amazing.
It's not a great.
It's not a like genre-defining movie. It's not a like holy shit, you need to watch this movie. But what it does have is some real shit in it, like we were alluding to. I mean, it hits on some deep shit without being too like serious. It's still funny. There's some great parts in it. The movie makes you laugh through the entirety of it.
Yeah.
It has a great story overall. There's great character arcs in it. I don't think there's very much stumbling that happens.
Like your speech.
Look, we all know I have
even in the
impediments.
serious
No, you
parts,
don't.
they're able to bring
I
comedy
actually do.
into it.
I have paperwork that says I do.
For fucking what?
So fuck you, Randall.
Tara, this is between me and Steve.
I went to
Sounds like
special
it's
classes.
between you and Steve's doctor is what it sounds like.
I went to special classes to teach me how to speak because I wouldn't move my lips when I.
Like a speech therapist.
Yes. So because of that, I stumble over words.
I don't feel bad. Okay, keep going.
I'm just telling you, that's
Okay.
just the truth. Like, I have a very hard time speaking, if you've
Fucking-
noticed.
He's like 34 now. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm okay
Yeah,
with
he's
it.
good
I
now.
mean, it's my life.
I was told by a doctor that
Put
I
twisted teas with me.
It's fucked up.
I was told by a doctor that I put too many words in one breath. Like
Okay.
I don't breathe enough when I talk.
I didn't hear that coming.
No. But wait. It was a little belated.
Just saying, my breath work makes one of us a good singer.
Yeah, touche. One of us. Oof.
Damn.
And if there was another person here, she could say that to him too.
Aw,
But he's not here. Oh,
Brent's a good singer.
is he though?
You can't be.
Brent's all right. I
You
like
shouldn't be in
Brent.
a band with
He's
someone.
better than both of us. So
I mean, no one's heard
No,
me.
he's if
No,
you
I'm
go
not good.
see him, I'm like
We're in a band called Hit or Miss.
I would not continue to come see you guys if I did not like.
Yeah, touche.
You know what I mean? I especially me.
I got you, yeah.
As a singer, I can't just go
joke's
watch
on
someone
you. I
that
do
I
harmonies now, so you gotta listen to that
You're
shit.
fucked now.
Well, the last show I went to that you had a mic, I couldn't hear you. So
Yeah, he sucked.
Yeah, that guy was not a good.
No.
I actually don't agree with that though. And I said that to Sean. Like it sounded fine out in front. Like I couldn't hear you that well, but the show as a whole sounded fine.
We set it up before he showed up, anyways.
Well, but because here's what I'm saying. At the beginning, there
Also,
were
we need to
things
find a
that
sound guy for Rick's.
the beginning there were things that needed to be.
I'm not
tweaked.
bringing it up, by the way.
Bring it up.
There were things that needed to be tweaked, but
Yep.
once he tweaked them, everything was
okay,
fine.
cool. Anyways, before you get into that, next week is Randall's pick.
Are you gonna be here?
I'm always here.
Randall doesn't not.
I'm
show
here
up.
today,
Yep.
tomorrow. That's all
That's
for the
it,
week.
that's
That's it
it,
for the
yeah.
week.
That's it.
That's it. Anyways, next week, what are you getting into, Randall? What's your
Well,
pick?
you know what? Let's just do Iron Man 2.
All
Let's
right, fuck
fucking
it.
knock
All right,
out.
all right.
Let's knock it the
Really?
fuck
What's
out.
wrong with Iron Man 2? What would be? Hold on. What would
The
be
next one would be Thor.
Would it?
Yes.
If it's coming out release-wise? Did Thor come out before?
Chronologically
Iron
wise.
Man? Oh, you're doing chronologically.
Yeah. It
thought
would be
we-
Thor.
Rather talk about something.
Yeah. We did
Does it have to be Marvel?
we did
Well, he
my
started
we already
doing
did
it.
my 2, right?
Yeah.
We did Captain America, we did Iron
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So then it would be Thor.
It's up to you.
Thor's
Obviously,
number
it's
3.
your pick.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just fucking skip it.
Iron Man 2.
Skip it.
I'm
Go
all right
right
with
to
Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
I'm literally all right with that because it's a good movie. So
What, Tara?
What?
It's fine.
You
No,
wanted
it's
you
not
wanted
my
Chris
pick.
Hemsworth?
It's not my pick. It doesn't matter.
She wanted Chris.
She wanted Chris. Look,
I don't blame
let's be real.
I love Robert Downey Jr. I just don't. Iron Man 2 is not a movie that I just go and be like, oh yeah, let me watch Iron Man 2. So
No, I
I'm
mean,
like now I
you've
have
seen
to.
it.
Welcome to the decision.
And, like,
reel.
Right, exactly. Randy's like, I've been made to
No,
watch
I
movies.
absolutely would have to watch that again. There's no way
Oh,
I can
okay. I
remember
got you. Well,
that movie.
looking at how things are probably going, you'll probably end up just being on this show anyways because you'll be replacing somebody, so it'll be fine. You'll have more
I
picks.
still have
whatever.
another week after next week too, right? Or
So
no?
I think I'm after Randy, and then it would probably be you again.
But while
You-
you'll
you-
be back by then.
well, no. So you would have the last pick in July, I believe.
Oh, is it?
I believe. Let me look.
I
me
thought
look
that
at
was
the
the last
calendar.
week of July. I thought next week is Randy, and then the last week I thought it was yours.
Oh, you would be right. Yeah, because whatever. We'll figure it out. We do everything on the fly here.
It's okay. I have
Yeah,
a
fuck
list
it.
ready just in case.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Anyways, next week, Iron Man 2. I'm
Maybe
actually.
Rockstar will be on one
I'm
of those.
actually excited about it because I really like that movie, and Tara's
That's
gonna
fine.
hate it. And
No,
it's
I'm not gonna hate it. It's fine because I haven't seen it in a while. So okay.
If so facto, whatever we're doing
Yeah,
that
If so
movie.
facto,
And
we're
I
watching
do,
the fucking
I
movie.
do like I love
Ba-dum.
Robert Downey Jr. I
Yeah.
love Robert Downey Jr. A lot of movies of his outside of like Marvel stuff. Like he was a great Sherlock Holmes.
I agree.
I love
That
those
movie
movies.
Due Date with Zach
I like-
Galifianakis
I like
is
it. Yeah, that's a
fucking
good movie, too.
hilarious. And there's so many one-liners in that movie that are just like
You ever seen U.S. Marshals?
perfect. Yes,
It's a great movie. Tommy Lee Jones, right? No.
Tommy
Yeah,
Lee
yeah, yeah,
Jones.
and Robert Downey Jr. and
What's
Samuel
the movie where the judge?
the judge?
Is that what it's called? With Robert Downey Jr., his dad is a judge, but he's a lawyer and he's defending. It's got Robert Duvall plays his dad. That's a really good movie
I don't think
too.
I've seen that.
Never seen it.
That's a really good movie too.
Interesting.
But yeah, he just
Yeah.
plus he's
Yeah. He said a lot with little words.
I like it.
I like it.
You know. What
Anyways, we're wrapping this up. Next
I'm
week,
splicing him in my
Iron
mind.
Man 2. He's splicing. She's doing some other weird shit with splicing.
Splicing him.
Next
in
week,
my mind.
Iron Man 2. Everybody, thanks for listening to our review of Get Him to the Greek. You can find us on social media at The Decision Reel on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Watch us. You can also buy what, Randall?
T-shirts on the website.
Look at that. You can hit the
That
shop
merch.
get that
What
merch.
you see there, there's more on the website.
You can support us by buying some T-shirts. And
Your
doing
mother's
what you
favorite
want.
merch.
Exactly. Boom.
See what I
Awesome.
did there?
I did. I liked it. Thanks. Awesome.
Nice.
Thanks, everybody, for showing up and listening to this shit.
Go stroke the furry wall, y'all.
Do it.
Bye.
Bye.